Hello, Kawans. Welcome back to Immortal Part 1, where I, Little Cat, take you on a journey. In session 25, the group finds the location suspicious and split up to babysit or survey the area. Valerius expertly utilizes Floaty to look around in the dead of night, finding the location of Iral's family, while Wendigo decides to head down into town under the cover of darkness for a more hands-on approach. They find a lot of information, well, enough. Some shenanigans happen, and things may or may not be great. But we return to the game after a long rest. The day greets both parties, still split by distance. Gunlog's side wakes up first as they had rested earlier, and Valerius's side a few hours later, since they went to sleep like really, really late. Gunlog, you've not heard back from your friends since they left a while ago. Technically, since Floaty yeeted himself out of the safety. But you at least know the direction they were heading to and their plans. The sunlight hits your face as it does. I would like you to roll me a perception check to see what's happening in the tiny town.
Okay. 22.
22. You survey the area and you start seeing a haste of movement within the community down below you. The soldiers that you saw who were previously more or less lackadaisical in their uh, generalness is now moving steadily as if sweeping through the town. You see them wandering around one particular house, looking at the windows, checking the doors, but mostly they're looking at the strange tracks leading from that house onto the cliffside.
Is that towards the cliffside where I know that my friends are?
Yes. Well, the general area.
Okay.
They seem to look quite concerned, but what you also see is a very small panic speck on the ground that you think this person doesn't seem like they're having a great time.
One of the guards or someone on the ground?
Someone on the ground, not dressed in uniform at all, dressed in rags. They look worse
Are
for
they
wear.
are they with the guards or are they away from the guards?
With the guards, they're showing the guards certain aspects of the house.
Right. So do they seem like they might be the owner of the house that are either worse for wear or concerned because of potential break-in? What if?
Yes, you think so, since they're going in and out the house, through the
Okay.
door. Um, there seems to be a lot of chatter, although you can't really hear what they're saying.
Okay. And Floaty has taken off. He's no longer with us.
Oh, ages ago, like at least 8 hours ago.
Okay. Okay. I will use a sending to Valerius. Say activity in town round uh where direction the house is. Is it like the northern house?
It is
Northeast house?
the one closest to you, the chimney with
So this one?
fire.
Okay.
Valerius, you're
Yes.
asleep.
Southern southern side house. Potential breaking. Was you? Question mark. Guard presence high.
Ah, okay.
Be careful.
Valerius, you're
Yes.
asleep, so
Or guards on alert. Be careful.
make me uh make me a wisdom
Start the message with
save.
wake up,
Yeah,
wake
yeah,
up.
yeah. Let's see how tired you are.
Wisdom check. Oh fuck, I'm tired.
Gunlog, you don't hear back. But you know the message reached the person.
So what I will do is I will use another sending
Oh,
to
God.
Wendy because
Okay.
now I'm concerned because I didn't hear anything back. Same message and all, or probably start with Val didn't respond. Are you guys okay? And then the same message.
Wendigo, same thing. Wisdom saving throw, unless you're awake. Because if both of
Who's
you are
keeping
out,
watch?
okay, 17 is enough. Even if you're not awake, you're jolted by a sudden consciousness in your head.
Okay, what's the message?
That Val is not responding. Are you guys okay? Activity at the southern side of the village. Potential breaking. Guards alert. Was that you or be careful?
Yes. Not finest work. Mobilizing. And returning.
It will take you about 3 hours, maybe faster if you want to hustle to get
Okay.
back to the location of the tiny hut. For all intents and purposes, Morgana just recasts, ritual casts the tiny hut again every time it goes down, or before it goes down, she just recasts it.
Wendigo will nudge Valerius and Farid to get them up.
Farid is awake. He is surveying the area. He was keeping last watch. He looks at you. He's like, "Are we moving now?"
Did not. Yes. Did
Uh,
not cover tracks as well. Should have.
Valerius gets up and looks over. Oh, right. Looks over to Wendy and asks, like, do you prefer me to keep overwatch here or do you want me to go with you?
We should move. They are searching.
All right. I'll pack up the makeshift scouting area that I set up and we'll head out.
Okay.
This time Wendigo will try to cover the tracks as they go.
Farid will help. Farid will assist in covering tracks. Are you hustling or are you just keeping time?
What does hustling mean here?
You go faster, so it will cut the travel time to half. So you'll reach in about an hour and a half, but you will have to roll survival checks with the help of Farid, and I'm not gonna make you roll stealth check because it's pretty far.
Okay, he'll hustle then.
Okay. Make me a survival check with advantage to cover your tracks.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, 21. Very good. Knowing your mistake from the previous night and now observing the tiny specks of humanoid movement, you realize, okay, that was a bad idea, and start cleaning up essentially after your own footsteps. It's believable, and you keep moving. 1.5 hours later, you meet back with your friends. The entire time, Farid does tell you that if there are tracks, it would be best for you to take the honest way in, just to cover your bases. And he assures you that that's what he would do as somebody who was a former bandit, and this used to be his livelihood. But it's just a suggestion, and he backs out and continues wiping the ground.
Noted.
Bosk, you're sort of the de facto charge for a particularly childlike Sobesh, who is now very, very awake although has been asked to stay quiet, and is sort of, funnily enough, calming down your dogs. They seem to have formed some kind of weird pack.
Is good. Eat breakfast, and I ask him how the dogs are.
Oh, ooh, it's pretty good. Well, basically they've eaten, and I sort of took them out for a hunt over there. We found some bunnies, except the bunny was really small, so I just fed them from their their usual food. But otherwise, are we going in yet?
You should. I think when the
Yeah.
others arrive, head
He
start.
he claps his hands, sort of picking up the energy from the dogs who sort of also start tail wagging. Oh, great! Because this, remember the soup I was telling you about? There's this old lady who takes care of the whole place, and she's the one that makes all the soup. It's great.
Oh, what was her name?
Oh, I can't remember. She's really old, like really, really, really old.
Ah, I see.
Eventually, Valerius, Farid, and Wendigo do make it back. Valerius, your little construct is still on the roof chilling.
I know. I'm basically just telling him to keep a lookout in case
Okay.
anything sudden occurs, like if the guards are suddenly on high alert or some shit like that.
What
Well,
did Gunlog tell us?
Just what I would obviously feel, what I was observing,
Are
and
we meant
then
to be ready to move when they arrive, or
I'm not sure. Don't know what they would want. I don't know what they if they succeeded in doing what they were setting out to do, or
I guess
what
we can
happened.
pack up, and in the case that we don't need to leave immediately, we can.
Mm. I have been hiding the hut as well. Every time it gets recast, I make sure it's got like a snow cover and shit to make it at least on like the front end facing the village, so we can like go out and like observe from the back, but so it's not visible
mm-hmm.
in any obvious
um,
way.
I'm using what you saw last time, but essentially now, after an hour and a half, they're just investigating the area, at the cliff's wall, and they're
They're
finding
following the
like claw
tracks.
marks. You think they're just observing,
They
and
are
there's a lot of
frightened.
like, chin stroking and talking to the the humanoid that is panicking.
Yep. I'm a little concerned. I don't think they were very stealthy in their approach.
Okay,
I will shrug.
Valerius and Co returns.
We back.
Ah, welcome back.
Wendigo
happened?
is pretty much walking on a mix of 2 and 4s, and he goes, checked houses, head count. One wasn't asleep.
And were they the people we were looking for?
Wendigo will relate that he saw some faces that he'll describe as best he can. I think Valerius can probably describe them better. But he talks about the elf lady or the pointed ear lady's response.
While this is happening, Valerius pulls out his tablet and just shows screenshots.
Screenshot. The screenshot is enough to let all of you know that it is indeed the first house that Floaty went through that has the roughly the right number of people, um, and the roughly the right ages. And from Wendigo's explanation, Gundog especially, you realize that the panicked person is indeed a gnome and is
A
indeed
gnome?
panicking. But if all
Okay.
of
Are
you
we
look
looking?
out, if all of you look out, you will see that they are slowly moving away from the cliff wall and sort of making everybody go into the central house, the Haka house. And the soldiers are pretty much becoming very sentry-like, and two of them are doing sweeps across the whole area together.
Does this wait? So the description of the people, does that seem to match specifically the ones that we are looking for?
Yep.
The first house.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Wendigo just feels dumb because looks like Valerius covered everything better than he did.
What do you?
Happens.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Yeah, I guess the question is, do we want to just get that family and get out, or do we want to achieve anything else while we're here?
You might have to talk, blend, play nice. I think I'm out of this.
Valerius will concur and say that we didn't really come here with any other objective in mind, so I guess we just get them out and we can go.
Well, there's possibility for information. There's possibility for leads on.
They might not leave so easily. Might have to make
Well, I'm
friends.
hoping name dropping and explaining why we're here and who sent us will help.
Valerius will explain a bit of the conversations he overheard with Floaty on the previous night, that the people here seemed, at least the people in the yurt, to be well looked after. So if we're offering them just the opportunity to see one of their loved ones who might not be in good condition as them, then it'll be a bit hard to convince them.
Like out of character, I'm thinking you might have to increase the friendship baseline before they even entertain the idea of leaving.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, I
RPG
get that.
strategies.
Also, for all we know, they might be treated well, but they might still be captives. You know, they might not be able to leave on their own free will. So they
Hearing
might
this,
want to.
let's have Dr. Bosk and Gunlaug both make me a. I was gonna say a psychology check, but
Inside?
let me yes, an insight check. Let's do this.
Eee.
Roll psychology.
Roll psychology.
This is
Oh,
save, isn't
okay.
it?
Oh,
Oh,
damn, nice.
Okay, Dr.
I
Bosk,
am psychologist.
you are perfectly content with hearing that they are fed sort of taken care of, at least. You're not sure why they're taken care of particularly, but it's enough. Gunlaug, you know very well that it's very easy to get somebody to do something for you, to stay where they are. A learned helplessness that comes with being in a place so desolate, so unhelpful, so unforgiving, that even a small handout can make you thankful. Even a small handout can make you stay.
Also, if there isn't any option for leaving, any handout is going to be helpful and be something you'd be grateful for, even if it's taking away your freedom. At least it's letting you live, right?
Mm-hmm. The devil you know.
Yeah. Don't know. They might jump right at the opportunity of going somewhere else. I don't. We won't know until we talk to them, I think.
Yeah, but out of character, we'll if they want to go somewhere, we'll have to provide the means, the
Yeah,
transport, the clothes, the
but we
everything.
have that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm?
That's what we prepared for.
We
Yeah.
prepared for that. We have it. So
The
what we can offer
transport,
them is, well,
the
we got
transport we don't have.
Yes, it means we have to leave
we'd just be
like
traveling slower with
slower.
the dogs. Yeah.
Valerius can also make the floaty disc if that can sit two people.
Yeah, but do we
That
also
is
have
already
clothing for
we're
them and all
already
that?
doing that.
Yeah, we have
Don't we
clothing and
already have
stuff. We
clothing?
bought
We
that.
do, don't we?
We
Yeah.
have clothing.
Okay, clothing, transport, rations.
Transport
Yep.
is
The
the
slightly iffy
one
one.
that becomes a bit
We're just
sus.
we would be moving slower, but we could still move.
Yes.
I mean that then we have to make sure we don't lose anyone along the way to like random stuff and all that as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Yes. The
Like we do
dangerous
need
thing is
Mhm.
if we leave with them, UC can catch us if they want to.
Yes.
They can, yeah.
Hmm.
Which is why if they come willingly and if they come sneakily, so we get, say, at least half a day on them. That would be good. Who knows?
I would like to remind you that you bought 2 extra super good winter gear.
I
Yes.
think we bought 4.
No, you
Was
bought
there
We
2.
bought 4.
Yeah,
No,
We tried to.
you-
We
you
made
bought
sure we
200
had
two.
gold, I
one
think. One is
for each
50.
family member plus an extra one. I think.
I wrote 2.
I wrote 4. I spent 200 gold, so
Okay.
that's
Okay,
4, I
okay.
think.
Because the thought was to make sure that we had for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are 4 people, so
Yeah.
it would be silly if we were just like, oh
I was
yeah.
thinking it was 3 people for some reason, but
Um,
yes, we definitely
and
made sure everyone
currently
had some.
Sobesh and Farid are wearing 2 of them. So we
Mhm.
have 2 of the new sets and 2 of the old UC sets.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, so what's the plan? Are we gonna just walk down and explain to the guards who we are and what we've come for?
You see Farid
No.
shake his head, like nod his head, like
Wait, boss. Why would you even say that? We can't say we're here to take people out.
Why not?
No. Because the guards might be working
Because
with
the
her
guards,
purpose.
from what Gunlak just discerned, they are meant to keep them here, and
Uh,
this ties in more with
I don't know if I know that for
Iral's.
sure, but
Hmm.
it makes sense that the
Hmm.
guards would be part of. Yeah.
Because
They
initially
don't
when
have to work very hard on it because people don't have the means of leaving.
because
So if we
initially
tell
when
them,
Iral said his family was being held, I was thinking it was like some kind of African mining colony things where people held at gunpoint.
Yeah.
But this is the same thing but harder because it's diplomatic niceness.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that if I recall correctly, that Aral specifically said they were being held by Ursa Corpus soldiers.
Yes.
yeah.
So,
But also,
given-
he might not have been here for a very long time, so
Mm.
things might. The
yeah,
structure
Things
might
might
be a
have
bit
changed
different than
since
what he
then.
knows.
I was about to
Yes.
say it's been 7 years. Maybe Ursa Corpus got ousted out, and now Appeal
Well,
Ground soldiers are taking over.
we know that they're here for sure because our bandit friends have been dealing with Ursa Corpus through,
No, as in
That's
Ursa
true.
Corpus might not be within this city itself. They might have
Yes.
swapped out.
Sure, but someone here is reporting to them, and we
Yes.
shouldn't just be telling
Yes.
people what we're here for.
Yeah. So what's the plan then?
We can still go in.
What is
We
our
can say we
stated
are travelers. We can
reason
say
for being?
we were traveling to the whatever they were called, and have
Okay.
stopped
The
here along the
Apilio
way.
grounds.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
use
first
that as an
question.
excuse to talk to the people that are in the area.
Okay, so that might buy us like a day tops.
And then once we get started, if you can talk to people, it's a lot easier to get them to agree to come with us, and then we can set up a plan for how we want to leave most efficiently with them.
Oh, Valerius make a perception check for Floaty. But
oh
I think.
fuck.
Oh God.
That's
Shucks.
some me rolls right there.
Floaty is blind. He has
Also, can
snow
I
covering his lens.
may I be reminded who is holding on to the anti-scry stuff?
Anti-scry?
Unless you haven't bought it yet.
I thought we didn't buy it or something.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Pretty
Because
sure we
Didn't you buy 2 and then commission
I
another
think
3?
we gave it to. I think we gave it to Morgana because she's been scried on before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And or did we end up giving it to the ones with the lowest wisdom? So if they had to roll,
We gave
say,
one to Wendy and
Okay.
one to I don't know.
Yeah, that
Morgana, I
makes
think,
sense.
Yeah.
to the people we thought were most likely to fail.
Okay.
Is how I think
Okay.
we judged that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay. If we go in there saying that we're on our way to the Apilio ground, instead probably have one to leave the day after.
We might not have to. We could go in at night like you guys did, just more successfully and more quietly, and see if we can just talk to the people that live there.
No, but if you come in at night, I get the impression they'll panic and call the guards instead.
Maybe they
Probably.
think, yeah, this is bandit country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at Farid and Sorbet.
Farid,
It's
Mm,
you look at Farid and he looks concerned. He turns to you and he goes, "Whatever it is that you're doing, you better decide now because whoever those two are, they look like they're about to look around outside of the town."
Well,
Look,
Valerius.
we look and see what Farid is seeing.
The guards.
Okay, sure. Farid points you in the general direction, and the guards are pointing in a way where everybody make me an insight check.
Ooh.
Wait, we're in the
Um,
tiny hut now, right?
yeah. Oh, unless you
Yeah.
head out lah.
Oh, I
Well,
think
you're
we need to go
looking.
outside because I've hidden the hut, so it would be kind of snow in the way towards the town.
Yeah,
So they
I'm
won't see the
guessing
hut.
some of you sort of peek out every so often.
No, with the hut, we can see through the hut, can't we?
No,
I've covered it in snow
Bosk covered it
Oh,
in snow.
to
okay.
keep it hidden. So it doesn't like stand out with just like a dome. I've tried to make it so it looks like it's a part of just a little hill of snow.
Yep.
DM, you say you want us to roll insight. Can I ask what's it for specifically?
You're all
Sure, the
looking at
guards.
the area where the guards are just pointing and, you know,
What about
moving.
investigation? It's like,
Yeah,
yes, these gestures would indicate that they're
I was about to
communicating
say.
this.
DM, I was about to say, is it possible for Valerius to roll maybe history to see whether the pattern of behavior reminds him of any like previously known scouting patterns or whatnot?
I will allow that.
Okay.
Unless you
Yay.
have like scouting knowledge, it's definitely an insight check.
23.
23. Okay, wait. What else did everybody else get? Okay,
22.
Gunla good. Valerius good. Busk good. For anybody that got 15 or more, you can see that one of them is pointing in the general direction of the cliffside.
Yep.
And
We're
then
gonna
two
come
other
check out the
people
hills.
are looking in that area, and then Valerius especially, you see one person who is doing a point at two people and then point in a direction and then point at another two people and point in a different direction.
I will say out loud to the party and tell them like hey guys, not to alarm you all, but it looks like the soldiers are about to begin a scouting not a scouting, a search formation.
Yeah, you can see that.
Okay, that's fine. We're not gonna
Apologies.
be here for too much longer.
Shit happens.
It's
Should
alright.
we just go in, pretend like we're travelers then? Pretend like we're just arriving right now
I
and
shake
that we
my
weren't
head.
here last night?
If
Uh,
we pretend we're travelers and we leave with some, they're definitely going to follow us.
Oh, we're not
And
gonna presumably we will try to make it sure that no one sees that we're leaving with people.
Sobesh
well,
is
if we leave and they're
flailing.
missing, they're going to just assume they left with us.
Sobesh is flailing and he's going, "Oh, I've been here before. So if anything,"
What?
he makes like a
What?
ta-da face to
What did he
himself.
say?
"I've been here before. So if anything."
So Besh being flamboyant basically.
Oh,
Actually, Sobesh and Farid are good to have now because the guards probably wouldn't doubt that they are back here for the usual stuff.
But we're
Um,
here without the
Actually, a better question.
scouts to come with them.
Better question. Let's ask Sobesh and Farid whether the guards know them or not, or does the town folk know them? Because that will lend us more credibility.
Gunlag and Bosk, you know for a fact that
They-
at least the grandma who fed the soup knows Sobesh. Farid is just standing there looking nonplussed. Like,
yeah.
he doesn't
Okay,
give a
they've come
fuck
here
right now.
before. They might not know them by name.
No, but
Okay,
the guards might know them, or the guards might have been told by the Ursa Corpus scout that they were attacked. They might be on the lookout.
Okay, is anyone in the party good at deceiving?
Yes.
What kind of deceiving do you want?
Because I think Wendigo might have to chow, and then you all have a better chance of going in with minimal issue, and then we'll just play off as some kind of a strange, wild, dangerous thing going around. Just one solitary thing. If Wendigo is with the party, then it raises a lot of questions.
Anyway, back to what I was saying before, right?
Yeah.
If we go in and
Uh,
we
y-
leave and they come with us, they're definitely going to follow us.
But that's going to be the case anyways, right? The point of us going here is to take them with us.
Yes. But I think that we should only take them with us if we're allowed to by the guards.
I don't think we should tell the guards. I think they
Because
should
if
disappear,
we,
and we should make sure we have some.
why would you
go
tell
on,
the
go on.
guards you're taking them?
Why would the guards have any reason to force them to stay?
Because they're probably working for Ursa Corpus.
Then at least we should find that out for sure,
Wait,
right?
Ben. I think from what Iral told us and from what Gunlock may have picked up, the guards are probably intended to keep the people here as insurance.
Yes, but do the people know that?
Probably
Probably.
not, all things considered.
They probably wouldn't know that, so we have to probably talk to them and convince them and so on and so forth. But the moment you tell the guards that you're going to take people away, I think it's game over.
I don't think so, because what are they gonna say? No, you're not allowed to? We'll be like, why?
Yeah,
Their
probably.
family came to ask us to escort them back to town.
The
Yeah, and then
soldiers
they
could
call
just
Ursa
they,
Corpus on us.
they
Most
could just
likely.
call the Apila grounds or Ursa Corpus and ask for clearance. Then we're in a lot of trouble.
Okay, so if that's the case and we manage to sneak them out
We
without
get
them
maybe half
knowing,
a day
yeah,
head
and
start.
we get caught on the road and it's game over anyway. Because we're not
Necessarily.
outrunning
We
we're not
can fight
outrunning
whoever
a group of
follows.
people. Not if they send enough people.
Okay, but I think point one, just trying to say, I'm thinking Wendigo splits from the party. That sound good?
That's probably for the
If we
best,
get
but
into
Can
if we
I,
get
I
into
don't think it
trouble,
I don't
that's
think
not
it
going to be
really
good.
matters. I think it might be better if Wendigo is with the party.
I
I
would
Because
honestly
agree.
we can say that, oh, we weren't so sure what to we weren't so sure about the the town. We run into some bandits, so we were making sure that this was the right town, so we scouted it out first the
Uh,
night before, and that's why you caught a glimpse of our large friend here. We
Mm.
don't mean any harm.
The story I was thinking of was more like Wendigo is a lonely and hungry thing, and like looking for warmth, and found the thing and tried to open it, but there was someone inside, so got scared and ran off.
Also,
That's
No,
have
nah, no.
Wendy is the abominable snowman right now, right?
No,
the Presti
he's
only
not.
lasts an hour, so no.
Okay. Okay, because I was like, if he was white then, he can be brown now.
No, 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 no.
He
Unfortunately,
was
The other way
not.
around.
No.
But even if he was white, then it'd just be like, oh yeah, he was covered in snow, so he looked a bit more white. How it
Mhm.
is. Anyway, the point I'm getting at is we're in no position to take them if these military people intend to keep them here.
They
mm,
also Ursa Corpus is also aware that some of their people are missing after we attacked and stole Sunny.
But this
So
isn't Ursa Corpus, so that's to our advantage for
no,
now.
but
Yes.
Ursa Corpus would know where they're keeping this guy's parents and probably be on the lookout. And I do not think that talking to them and telling them that what we're here for is going to be
No,
a
no.
good idea.
These guys are one step above Ursa Corpus. Whether or not Ursa Corpus reported to them, I don't know. But if these guys get tipped off, they certainly can report in a lot of directions.
might I propose an idea?
Hmm.
Instead of us going in right now and just asking them to go with us, why not we pose as travelers who got lost and then spend like a day or so recuperating here to get back our strength. In the meantime,
Mm.
like probing around and asking like,
Suss
hey,
things out.
are you like actually okay with staying here, or do you want to get the fuck out of here?
Well, more
Like,
discreetly than that, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. Go in and make friends a bit, you know.
because we have plausible reason for they have plausible reason to believe that we got lost because we have the letter that says, hey, we are going to the Imperial grounds.
Mm.
Okay,
I agree
so
with
Just,
that. I
just be
just
ready with
don't think we
something
should tell people.
in case
Why?
they want to escort you there immediately. Have a thing ready.
yeah, like
Oh,
what
that's
do we
just
say
me.
if
Like
they're like,
we're
oh,
tired from traveling. Can we stay here for a day and recuperate?
We
okay,
have a doctor in our group. We can like say that, oh, someone got injured and we need like medical attention. He needs to rest first before we head out, and the trip there will probably kill him due to the cold and whatnot. So it gives us more reason to stay here for at least a day or two.
Yeah, but I feel I'm keeping Wendy out of this is better.
That's
I,
fine
I think
maybe.
it's I
Wendigo,
think
you
it's
hear
definitely fine to bring Wendy. I don't think we should leave you out in case anything goes bad.
you
No,
hear
but
from
can
Farid that
Mhm.
whenever Wendigo says I will stay back, Farid just nods and says, I will be following my employer. If anything.
If he stays back, yes.
Yeah, we don't
Um,
care.
I'm for Wendy just following us. I don't think it's a problem. Come, I I think that if they're like, oh, are these the tracks that we can just be like, yeah, we weren't sure this camp was safe, so
That
we
sounds so
scouted it out
terrible.
for.
That
that's
sounds
I don't
so
think.
terrible.
But also, just I mean, just say that.
Well,
Well,
what are
that
they
must have
gonna
been
do?
something
They're gonna be
else.
like, no, that's not allowed. We're gonna
Oh,
put you in jail. We're just gonna be
how
like,
about we
excuse
just
me.
say that must have been some wild animal? This is our very civilized friend Wendigo. I think you
Because
got it wrong.
there is a gnome witness.
Yes, because someone will be like, no, that's the guy. I saw him last night. I swear. And then they'll
Okay.
believe her
Like you for
because
sure
like
saw
they'll look
Wendigo
at
as
his
well.
they'll look
Mm.
at his claws, they'll look at the claw marks on the freaking wall, and they'll be
He's
they're
a
like,
like,
perfect
it
yes.
do
fits.
some forensic investigation. A perfect
Yes, I
match.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no, it fits. It's the exact same size.
This is the dude.
Either way, in my opinion, like, I okay with both Wendigo staying or leaving the party for a short period, but I'm leaning more towards Wendigo leaving for a while.
Hmm. Okay, so Gunlock and Morgana, your votes.
Um, I think either is fine, but I do think if shit hits the fan, much rather have Wendy by my side.
I would also think it's better if everybody sticks together.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
say I in chat for people who want Wendigo to follow, and then we'll go from there.
Wait, which
I
chat? Roll
The
20 or the
roll
Discord?
20.
Okay.
So that's one,
I will say shrug, as in either.
two.
Like I see both arguments.
Also, if we leave Wendigo out, reintroducing him later it will be very tricky.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we will need
That's
to
2 out of
reintroduce him
3.
for a
We're
fact.
not planning on
Gun-
staying here for more than a day or so, right?
uh, this
I think it
is
will be a
not a
tie.
tiebreaker. Good luck. You need to make a decision.
It's one or
My
the other,
decision
whether
is
tie
Wait,
to
or
let
something.
my
did
decision is to let
Valerius
Wendy
not vote?
decide.
Did Valerius not vote?
I did. I'm voting for
Valerius
you
votes for
leaving.
you to stay
Okay.
with
Wait, what? No?
Valerius
no,
is
to
leave.
stay to stay here.
Ah, yeah, stay away, yeah.
I will say
Farid is
Wendigo
going to
decides
say.
what Wendigo feels he needs to do then.
Okay, Wendigo will stay out.
Okay.
Okay.
Farid is going
Three in
to
favor.
follow what Wendigo says. So that's 2. That's 3 for Wendigo staying out,
Hmm.
and 2 for in. Okay. That is your decision.
If that's the case, then Wendy, do you want me to give you floaty so we can communicate with you?
Sure.
That would
Okay.
be best.
I shall recall the floaty, but make sure that no one is looking his direction before it flies over first lah.
Okay. Make me a perception and then a stealth check.
Can I
For
roll
floaty.
with Valerius as well so he can also see when everyone else is looking away? Or is it just only floaty rolls?
If you want to see Floaty, he is going to have to turn on his video camera.
Wait, why? No. I'm not planning to look at floaty. I'm planning to look at when the guards look in a direction away from floaty.
Okay, so roll one for Floaty and one for yourself, perception,
Okay.
and then roll a stealth for Floaty.
Okay, Floaty gets the higher roll. What is wrong with Valerius today? I shall roll stealth now.
Valerius,
Okay,
you
holy shit.
you want to help Floaty. You want to be decisive about this, but as
Me no
you
spice.
search for Floaty where he is, you also catch wind of the fact that the soldiers are slowly starting to fan out,
Oh, that's not good.
and that takes you away from trying to figure out whether people are watching. You hear from Floaty, I'm gonna come now, okay? And
Okay.
then you don't see Floaty at all.
Okay. Meanwhile, Wendigo getting the hint that, well, the plan is for him to be scarce, so he'll make himself scarce with Farid.
Okay, easy enough. Make me
Yeah.
a survival check with advantage to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
17, good enough. As you all are having this discussion, if you have a passive perception of 18 and above, you will realize that Farid and Wendigo are slowly and very calculatively moving away from your group.
Okay, awesome. I'll just keep a note of what general direction they're moving in, so in case you need to link up, will be a bit easier.
Yep. Make me a perception check for no need. Floaty arrives just before they completely disappear and
Okay.
attaches itself next to who would you like to hold on to, Floaty?
Obviously, Wendy.
Okay. Attaches itself to Wendigo. Wendigo, you got a tick.
He's used to it. He just hopes it doesn't do the wake up call thing at the weird time again.
Hey, friend. Okay, I'm with Mr. Wendigo now.
Question is, does Floaty have like an entertainment pack to keep you company when you're lonely?
Oh no.
I mean,
Like
I
an
have
assortment
What?
of bad jokes.
Look, Wendigo is not going to touch a single button on this thing that seems to make noise with everything.
hearing the question in general. Wendigo's like, I think I have the bugbear from Ipanema song.
No.
And then it
No.
starts playing. Dun, 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 dun.
No. Stop.
And then
I
it
will
stops.
I'll key up Floaty and tell him to update his position every hour or so, so I roughly know where he is.
And then Wendigo, you hear Floaty whisper to you, "It's okay, I'll do it all in my mind."
No.
Wait, so you want to hear my voice?
No.
I'm confused.
Okay,
Love
anyway,
floating.
so I guess
Good.
the five of us start heading down to the town.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. Before we head down, right? Are we leaving the dogs out of this? Because it feels a bit stupid
No, we need
that
to
we.
go. We need to go down with the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
We
was
show that
about
we
to
are
Go
say,
down with
travelers.
all our stuff.
like
Okay.
legit, Sobesh
That-
is ready with the dogs. Like he
Okay.
has the dogs ready to go.
Okay,
If you
next
came all the way here without dogs, that's
that'd be
like
fucking
5 times the
sus ass.
suspicion.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes.
Okay, next question.
Unless our
Who?
story was that we were attacked by bandits and they took our dogs.
Okay, that's also a fair point. Okay, but next question. Who's the de facto injured person that cannot travel the night?
We don't need to say that anyone's injury because they were tired from travel and would like to recuperate for a day.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. I mean, the injury was more for the plausible fact that we really cannot travel in case they insist that they escort us right now.
They insist that we leave right now. That I don't think we should try to fuck with that regardless. To be honest.
Yeah.
And
Also,
then later
like,
we're halfway across to Locklea, and then Wendy's just in the wilderness.
don't say you're injured because these guys probably have medics and they'll take one look and realize you're lying.
Yeah,
That's probably fair.
I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
that's a silly thing to laugh about. Anyway, So what's the story? Like we're resting here on the way to Locklear?
We got
Yeah.
lost, I suppose, and then we took a wrong turn somewhere, and
I
now we
mean,
need
on
to
the
rest
way
because we tired.
to Apelia ground.
Yeah. I am
Yep.
going to turn off my armor so I don't look like a fucking white man out of nowhere.
Okay. If they ask, what are we doing at the Pilia Ground? I know we have an invitation, but is there what's our
We're meeting a
Oh,
friend.
no, basically the
Catching up with
excuse would
friends.
be, oh, I'm meeting my friend. These are the people I hired to escort me there, pointing at you all.
Oh, okay.
Unless
Can't
you
we
guys
just
want a
all
different
be
idea.
friends meeting your friend?
Because here's
Yeah,
the thing, it specifies me as
you
the
just-
person.
No, yeah, that's fine. We could be just your company.
Oh, that's
Could be
fine.
people
Okay,
that you know.
here's an
Travel companions.
additional thought. Here's an additional thought. They might report you back to Apila ground. So if any of you want to look a bit different from any groups that they may have dealt with, like here's a chance to alter your appearance a bit.
Yeah, so Valerius is going with
Obviously, it'll be
standard.
like, hey,
I do
so
not
there's
have
these
that
people, these
capabilities.
people wanting to go to Apila grounds. One of them has like massive set of prosthetic wings and so on. So
Ah,
One
that
person
could
with this
be
really
Wings!
weird, like bird
Hey!
mask that looks
What
really
a
fucking creepy.
wing!
And there's a half orc, and there's like a really pretty elf with massive fake wings.
yeah, like whatever you feel you need to alter for discretion, this would be a good time to do that.
I do
Okay.
not have
Morgana removes her
capability.
wings.
Oh. Do you have a disguise self or anything, Morgana? Because then you can just make yourself look different.
No.
Morgana likes how she looks. She would never disguise herself.
Fair.
But
Yeah.
my wings are detachable, so just keep
Yes.
them in a
Just
bag.
take off the wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put on like
Valer-
different color eyeshadow. We're good.
Valerius will default
Oh.
to his Riker engineer outfit for now because that's the only thing that makes sense.
Plus,
Okay.
perhaps keep the mask off, just in case. I don't know what to
I
change.
suppose the travel isn't very. She takes off the mask.
Mm.
Okay, I think we good now to move in, right?
I just started looking at myself like, what do I change, guys?
I think you look fine. Good luck.
Yes, you're fine.
You're
We're-
fine.
Just be yourself.
Don't be a mob
Just-
boss. Everything is good.
Just blend, hey.
Splendid. Yes. Act like
Sobesh
you're
is
cold.
like, you could try smile a bit.
Just
But
give
he's
him like the most resting bitch face I can.
I pat him on the shoulder. You should never tell someone.
I have a thing to
Don't tell
share.
Sorry.
ladies.
sorry.
Yes, Wendy, what'd you say?
Where did Michael go?
Yeah, you're muted. by the way.
No, he has a thing to
I
share.
have this thing to share in
Yeah.
in the Discord.
What the fuck is this? Wait, what?
For anybody
fuck,
who's
that's loud.
listening, it's a tweet of somebody taking old Victorian paintings and just overlaying their mouth over it. It's very good. It's
That's
very
accurate. The
Oh my
third one of the,
God,
the
what is
creepy tweet, that's
that?
me.
Oh god. Oh, I
Uh,
cannot die.
funny. Hey.
Oh fucking.
Oh god.
Okay. Right. So as you're having this discussion, and then after Sobesh gets told off for telling a girl to smile, essentially, he is sort of dejectedly but very very ready to move. He is on the smaller sort of sled with the dogs, and the dogs are also like
By the
tail
way-
wagging, ready to go.
So Besh,
Yeah.
when we go down there,
Yeah.
what are you going to tell people if they ask you why you're here? Or why you're traveling with us?
Oh, I was just gonna say you're my friends, and I'm here for soup.
Okay, good.
That works, I guess.
And he is
Perfect.
smiling. He's like
If they
no
ask
lies
you
smiling.
how you got to know us, what do you say?
I guess I could say he's gonna make an insight check.
Let's
Met
practice
us
this
a few days
before.
ago in
Oh,
the
it's a
wilderness.
natural 20
Oh shit. Okay.
with like an amount of wisdom that you would never recognize from him. He's like, I'm just gonna say, like, we were friends for a long time, and you guys pretty much made sure I was kept out of trouble. 'Cause it's what friends do. Also, I take care of the dogs.
Okay, yeah. Well done. And if they ask, what happened to your old crew?
I don't have one.
They kicked you out.
Oh yeah, I
That's the
could
answer.
say that too.
Cool. Cool.
So are we really friends?
Of course.
He has like a 2 million megawatt smile.
I do a
Oh.
big smile and put an arm around his shoulder and say, of course we're friends.
Make me a
Before-
deception check.
23.
Okay, you make it. He rolled another natural 20, but
Oh my god.
I'm wasting these natural 20s on Sobesh.
I'm glad you're rolling them on him.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
So this really highlights how he has survived.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not gonna
Yes.
even tell you guys about his build until he dies or disappears and becomes irrelevant to the game. But yes, he is like million megawatt smile, and he's happily just ready to mush.
Okay,
Good.
before leaving, Bosk will pass a smoke bomb to Wendigo. Explain how it is used.
How is it used?
There. Chuck the bomb. After one round, it explodes.
Okay. Your instruction is very good to Wendigo, so he realizes this isn't something to eat and spit at people instead.
Yes. No. I don't think that works. Although interesting thought.
Reverse vape, just eat the smoke grenade and breathe at the enemy.
Can make a small one. Put it in your tooth.
That's the wildest burp. Okay. Okay. Y'all ready to move?
I'm
Yep.
good.
Okay. You break away from each other, making sure that you can still keep in contact. Valerius very intelligently deciding that it is a good idea, first of all, to have Wendigo take Floaty, but also to ensure that Floaty and Wendigo remain friends by force. You get on both of the sleds, filling the seats out very nicely, surprisingly considering the amount of people. And eventually you make your way around and to the main so-called entrance of the town, where Gunlog, you remember a sentry point was built up. Very loosely called a sentry point. The guard singular sitting at the sentry point is less lackadaisical than he was previously and more alert. He sees you
We hail him.
and he
from
calls
far.
out.
Yeah, we give a wave so he feels like we're not trying to come in unannounced.
He has a hand just on the hilt of his sword, ready for anything you recognize, but nothing negative as of yet. You hear,
I will-
halt!
Okay.
Where?
We
hope.
as instructed.
Who goes there?
I guess Valerius will stand up and say, "Hi, sorry, we got lost. We were supposed to head to the Pillar Grounds."
Make me a. Well, you're not lying per se.
Not lying per se.
So make me a persuasion check.
Both are equally
Charisma.
bad.
I will
I am-
allow somebody else to assist.
Yeah,
If
somebody
you
give me
can,
advantage.
if you can
I-
persuade
We'll let
me
this guy
that you're saying
believe that
something.
we're sus. That's fine.
I will kind of stand up and probably on the other sled and like while Val is saying that we're looking for a place to rest for the day. It's been a bit of a rough travel.
Okay, make another. Well, since Valerius was the one that started this, make me another persuasion check. This would be considered your advantage.
Please be good. I am
It's
going to use
okay,
my
good enough.
inspiration. I'm
Um,
use my inspiration. No,
We're fine here.
below 10 is not good. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay, I will allow you a
Come,
reroll.
check our tent. I don't.
As
No,
using inspiration, can I also like take out the
That's fine.
can I also
Just let
take
him
out
come check us.
the
We're not
letter?
doing anything wrong.
Just take out the letter and just show them like we're actually supposed to go to the Imperial grounds.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you guys are about 50 feet away, so you're effectively shouting at each other at this point, and you're waving like a small piece of paper that he cannot see anything of.
Okay, Valerius will
Um,
get off the thing first and walk a
Okay.
bit closer with the paper in hand. Like, I have letter of recommendation. Sorry, letter of approval to get there, but we got lost. As I very slowly like hold both my hands out to indicate that we're not a threat.
You see him grip the hilt of his sword now, but he puts his hand up in a wait motion, and then he calls out, you, come here alone. I'll have a look at the piece of paper."
Okay, Valerius will walk forward alone and just like tell the other guys we'll be fine.
And then he calls out to the
Alone.
rest. The rest of you guys, no funny business.
It's okay. We don't have a sense
Boss
of
will
humor.
lean over to Somesh and
Don't
be like,
have
Make
sense
me
of
a
humor.
persuasion
couldn't
check.
just
Good
have
luck
come
for
over here
funny.
and check us. That
Sure. Make a funny check.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
Nice.
He cracks a smile.
Good. Make him
But
feel chill.
it's less a smile and more a smirk of funny business. I see. Eventually, Valerius, you come by and he inspects the piece of paper. Okay, so you're actually going to the pillar ground. You know it's that way, right? And then he points into the direction of the pillar grounds.
I know. You see, we got lost. It's like this is my first time coming out here, and well, the glare from the snow kind of made me lost my way. I'm sorry.
If you want, we're heading back there in about 2 days. We can
also-
escort you.
Oh, that'd be great because some of my crew, some of my friends are actually like rather tired. So I was hoping we could stay here for the next day or so, if that's good. Like just to camp out. We are kind of like pretty fatigued from the cold and whatnot.
Make me another deception check. Like a deception check.
Okay, I should have just kept my mouth shut. I am using my inspiration for this.
Okay, sure.
This is when I use the inspiration. Okay, better.
bruh.
Bruh.
The one was like,
I'll take the lead on this one.
yeah, I know.
It's okay. That's good enough because he looks at you and he goes, "Yeah, it's kind of hard. This area is I commend you on making your way out here by yourself and some dogs. Usually, you know, you have a bigger party with more seasoned professionals.
Well,
Look,
yeah.
just I'm gonna be honest. Some business happened last night. So a lot of people here are on edge.
Hmm?
Why don't you guys
Asking
wait out
for
here
those
for half an
monsters.
hour, and then I'll have my some other people sort of escort you inside.
Okay, that's fine. I'll give him a thumbs up, and I'll. Is he still holding the paper, or has he handed it back to me?
No, he's giving it back.
Oh, okay, it's like, so I'll yep, and I'll give him a thumbs up, not thank you, then walk back to the cart and sit back down, and like, okay, right, I remember why I don't talk anymore, and what villagers just do is be the eye in the sky and not say anything.
Yeah,
Good
I
job,
think
Val.
here the danger is oversharing.
Yeah.
He waves at the lot of you, and then sort of scans around the horizon, or
Do
you
we
assume his
approach and
friends.
wait by the, I don't know, the checkpoint, or do we wait here?
Okay, so
He
like a
he told
little.
Valerius to go back and then wait there.
We wait. Yeah, we just wait where we are.
Okay.
All right. Hang out.
You see
Patrol.
him touch his ear and mumble something. And then
We do have
about
some equipment.
45 minutes later, after much waiting, uh, two people come back. They have a conversation in hushed tones. And then the two people who just came back walk over to you and they sort of say, "Oh, okay. Heard that you guys got lost. We're here to make sure you don't get lost any further. We're gonna have all of you stay where it's safe inside the shared house."
All right, sounds good.
Thumbs up.
You guys happy for us to hang out for a day or so so we get our
Where should
bearings?
we park our dogs?
I think the dogs should be inside as well. There's some kind of big creature, probably a yeti. It's dangerous.
Shit.
The dogs should stay inside. You know, they're kind of small and they're apparently good snacking for the wildlife here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Having
pretty
monster
rough.
troubles for sure.
And then they slowly walk you to the entrance and they're watching you closely.
Can I
We
insight and see if they seem suspicious of us? Not in relation to whatever monster, but just in general.
Yeah, sure.
bring the
Make me
doggos in.
insight check.
Okay, 27.
They this definitely feels suspicious. Like to them this is definitely suspicious, but you feel like they have their duty to uphold to protect citizens more than anything. So and you look at them and you think they think they're capable enough to handle anything. So
How
they walk
capable do
you.
they seem?
Sorry.
How capable do they seem in just what equipment they have, how they hold themselves?
They are very
Anything?
very professional.
Yeah. Like a little bit
It's
like
very.
suspiciously professional for like a podunk town in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, you know for a fact they're not from here.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, Gunla, you missed last session, but these guys are effectively Apila ground kind of soldiers.
Yeah, they're professional
Equipment and
soldiers.
everything.
They're not Ursa Corpus?
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not.
No.
They're not.
They're
We have
Apila
determined that they
ground
are
soldiers.
in very visible fatigues. They're not in like grays and whites. They're visible.
Oh.
They're deliberately visible.
Full regalia.
But also
see them and
definitely
we're
not
like,
Ursa
ah,
Corpus? Or
official
do we
soldier.
suspect maybe cross between
There's not a
the-
single chance that they're Ursa Corpus based on their
Yeah.
equipment quality and the way they bear themselves and all this.
Yeah,
Wait, why?
because Ursa Corpus are a mercenary. This dude's a soldier.
Yeah, these are actual soldiers.
Mercenaries are often soldiers. They could be both, could they not?
You don't combine the people used for shady shit with the legitimate people.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but if General
Okay,
Basul
if
is
you're asking
the
whether
boss
we
of
could,
both groups,
like, he could, like, put them in Ursa Corpus uniforms, I suppose they could. But,
like, do we know that
it's
they do
a-
not collaborate? I suppose.
no, we don't know that they don't collaborate,
Okay.
which is why y'all don't want to trust them.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they're not Ursa Corpus, but they might still be enemies.
Related. Yeah.
For the
don't-
record, the five of them also come with two horses and an entire cart that is like full of like rounds branding.
We know that Orcos also operate with equipment that is pretty fancy for mercenaries.
but you also know that they don't use Apilla Grounds branding.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah,
You're
yeah.
pretty sure
Well,
that's
why would you
illegal.
put a you would take the brand off at least.
Make me a perception check. No, investigation check.
Who?
Who?
Gunlag.
Oh God. I'm happy to do perception.
No,
What are you
investigation.
investigating?
What am I investigating?
You asked about their equipment, right? Now you're
Oh no,
doing a
that
cross
was
check.
more of a general comment, but I'm happy to have a look. But
You and Val are reversing roles for check.
yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
I was not intending to be. I was just trying to understand what had happened in the last session.
Yep. Now that you're closer and you can see all the equipment, with a 5, you look at the fatigues, you look at the gear, you look at
They're
the
sus, Gunlag, they're
horses, and you're
sus.
like, okay, rudimentarily, these are all really good equipment. I have
Yeah.
never seen them. It's professional equipment that you would not get in the slums. So to you,
No
it's
shit.
just like all the brands are rich brands, and they are stuff that you're like, oh damn. Okay, I can't even compare because I don't know. I just know it's good.
Just saying, as a mobster, if I were to take some fancy equipment from someone else, I would make sure to take their names off of them.
Also,
If I
also,
steal
yes.
someone's clothes, I'm making sure to take the name tag out of it before using it.
Yeah. Right now, if we're talking brands, it's like you don't see the name of the make. It's not like Gucci or Versace or whatever. I'm very bad with brands, by the way.
I
It's
understand what
just
you're
it's just good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually you reach the front of a huge set of double doors. You think very heavy. And you hear them bang on the door 3 times. And then you hear the person who spoke to you. It's us. Let us in. We have visitors. And eventually, with the help of the 2 soldiers, they push the door in, and you see 2 other people pull the door. Inside, you see a huge bonfire, sort of walled up so that it never goes out. You think the wall goes up to about 5 feet? The fire is big. You understand why everything is so enclosed and why Valerius especially there wasn't any signs of snow inside. It's warm.
Look at this villa, it's like, oh wow, the design of this place makes everything much more sense. And I was like, oh wow, okay. Valerius will like slowly like take off his outer gear so he doesn't get heat stroke.
You see the 2 old people that Floaty showed you. A very old woman and a very you've never seen a dwarf this old before, but he's old.
Okay.
The old woman sees you and then looks to Sobesh and goes, "Oh, I remember you! Welcome back!" Sobesh is like, "Oh, hey, Granny! You got any more of that soup?" "Oh, unfortunately, we don't have as much of a shipment this time. Things are kind of difficult." And then all of you turn to the soldiers, and they sort of shrug and meekly go, "Oh, Granny, things are tough all around. We're trying. Maybe next month we'll bring something good. Why don't you let us know what you want? We'll try to pull some strings." "Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We're just, trying to make it alive. What are you new friends doing here?"
Can I insight the guards to see if this is more like appeasement or if they like genuinely want to help and see if they can make things better?
I was about
Sure.
to say, I want to roll
Sure.
that too.
Everybody who wants to insight, make an insight check.
Ew.
Oh wow.
Alas,
They
hear
look
me try.
earnest. They look
That's
earnest.
surprising.
Help.
Until
Dr. Bosk squints at them. It's like, lies. No, I'm kidding. But they look earnest. Morgana also lies. Yeah, they as far as you know, with the tone of voice, with how they carry themselves, and how they hunch their shoulders in shame at being told that it's not enough. The earnestness is there.
Yeah. It's not their fault that they were given less supplies to.
And then
We don't decide these
the
things.
old dwarf also pipes up, hearing this after a good chuckle. Oh, pay no mind. Pay no mind. We're again trying to survive. What are all of you doing here?
Uh, we're just out traveling.
We don't have
Got
much to share, but we'll try.
we have our own rations. We were just looking for a roof over our heads, mainly. A
Um,
little bit of room by the fire.
Gunlug, make me a perception check as you say that.
It also
Anybody
you
with
see the
higher
things we
than
don't.
14 passive perception, make me a perception check.
Me.
Hearing Gunlug, what you just said, you look around and you see um sort of children peep out from behind the doors, hearing that you have your own things and rations. They seem hungry for sustenance, entertainment. They don't look starved by any means.
They just want
Just
snacks.
they look bored of their life here. Like it's not enough. You recognize this face at the slums as well. It's very common. There's an excitability behind those eyes.
I'll kind of just like look over to them and like lean down a little bit. We got some dogs with us if you want to give them a pet. They're very friendly.
Immediately eyes light up. The eyes hidden behind doors, and you see three young children, maybe between the ages of 7 and 13, bound out and just bum rush the dogs. And you see Sobesh
Careful,
megawatt
careful.
megawatt smile, expertly make sure the dogs doesn't attack them back, because there's a lot of energy right now. And you see where Sobesh is very good. He's annoying, but he seems to identify really well with high energy.
Yes. I tell him to not let the kids get too hurt.
He gives you 2 thumbs up, and
Let
those
me
two
know if anything
thumbs,
happens.
the hands are pulling in reins, and you see his struggling, his strength is sort of like trying to control dogs, a lot of dogs. And you see Subwoofer's face being squished, like his ears being pulled by a happy child. And he licked the kid. And then Sobesh immediately takes out like a piece of cloth and wipe the child's face, just in case the kid like becomes cold.
What he's doing is tasting the kid.
Oh, delicious.
Potential ration.
The old dwarf smiles, and you realize that as he smiles, his eyes are sort of very cataracty. Like there's no color in the eyes, and you think that this man may be blind.
God damn it.
Well, you're definitely making a good show for the children. Please come. This share house is as much yours for the moment as it is for everyone else.
Give them a nod and
Hmm.
give thanks
Enter the
for how
house.
hospitable they're being.
We appreciate.
The one of the guards looks at you. Look, we have to sort of look around. There's like again disturbances throughout the night. So we're gonna have to leave you here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep,
We're not
let us know if
completely
you need
inept, so
any.
if you do need some help, let us know. But
Nod,
Mm.
nod.
mainly, we would like to rest.
Yes.
It's appreciated. And then they both leave and help the doors close again. Valerius, as the doors close, you realize that it's definitely a very comfortable temperature here.
This is interesting.
Perfect.
Very interesting. Do we get shown to our rooms, by the way?
And nobody's showing you into any rooms.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that.
So
It's as if
can I
they
ask,
just
are we
left
just
you.
inside the village now, and it's like kind of temperature regulated? Is that what happened?
You are
Or are we in the
inside
The
house?
house.
the share
Yeah.
house, the Haka house. Like you're in the central
Haka
area
house.
Which
where the
one's
fire
the share
is.
house?
The big
The
one. The center.
big circular
The round
donut.
one?
Yeah,
Okay.
the donut.
The donut. I'll let somebody else explain what a Haka house is. Actually, Valerius, you've seen the inside of this place. So why don't
Yes.
you explain a little bit?
Okay, so it looks like from the outside, it looks like a giant donut. It has several floors where it's like a shared dormitory space. So everyone has their own rooms and whatnot. And there seems to be some central heating system going on that looks rudimentary, but it's very effective now that we're inside the area.
Mm.
Beyond than that, there's nothing too special. The rooms look comfortable to house at the very least 2 people each. And they do have some form of windows so we can do see outside if we want to.
Actually, quite similar to the when I stayed in the military. It was similarly built.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's basically like a barracks, but yeah. So I'm gonna like lean down and ask Granny. It's like, excuse the intrusion, but I was wondering whether if we could get a room to set our stuff down in.
Oh, unfortunately, we don't have any spares. All the rooms in the central share house is occupied. And
Oh,
right
I
now,
see.
since the emergency, everybody's outside. Have been sort of called into as well. And
That's
you
all right.
If
you see the people sort of milling about outside, not in any particular rooms or houses.
that's
How
the
many
case,
people are staying in this area?
Oh, I think we're still at 60 something.
yeah, that
Not
was
bad.
triple my initial assumption.
Yeah.
It's a
Could you
very
could you
it's a
please
very
introduce us to some of the people? We're gonna be here
some
for
of
a D&D
them
or two. So
are
we'd love to hear your stories and
she
see how you
she
are
looks
run
at you
through.
and she's like, I would love to, my dear child, but I'm very tired. If you wanted to play host, I will let you do it yourself. Excuse my
Yes.
blatantness, but these bones, they're not what they used to be. And then you hear like a
I'm
chuckle from the old dwarf.
Of course,
I'm
of course.
fairly adept at healing. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, she looks around.
I
If you
can't heal
have,
old age, unfortunately, but any ailments I
at the
might.
moment, ailments are few and far in between. And then she thinks, hmm, Minim has some kind of soul. You may see her. She's over there. She's actually living outside and is the one that called for the happenings the night before. But if you have any sort of entertainment, I think entertainment would be good for the soul.
Right. I'll give
Let-
her just a big smile. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, my name. Hang on. DM has to check.
Old
BRB.
woman's name is.
My name is Tafford. And this is
Tafford.
Born.
Is that the
Old
dwarf?
She points to the old dwarf.
is
then
what? Sorry, the old door's name.
The dwarf is Born.
Born. Okay.
Tafford
what,
and
James
Born.
I heard James Bond.
Yeah, I heard that too.
It is
Sure,
Bond
he's
the
James
Nuns.
Bond.
Call the ambulance. And then Born chuckles. If anything, less bored and more blind.
Well, if I get some time to prepare, maybe I can help with that.
Oh, I don't think it's useful anyway. I'm old. I may not have more years in me. If anything, I'm here to make sure the young ones have a place to go, understand our way of life.
Would it not be more helpful to do that if you could see?
I don't know if you can help with. I remember a doctor was saying cataracts, I think was
I
the
don't know, I
word.
can try. I would need some time to prepare, but I could try.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then he sort of like you see struggle movement. Imagine Yoda as he struggles towards a chair inside a house. And then, well, if anything, I'll be out here. And then he sits and starts rocking.
Valerius
old
does ask
lady.
whether.
Mhm.
Sure. Valerius does ask if there's anything that needs repairing or not, just to see whether he can earn any brownie points.
Repairing. Oh, tons. Why don't you just make yourself known? I'm
Okay,
I'm
sure.
sure the people here will definitely appreciate it.
Are the two soldiers still inside the house, by the way? I know
No,
there's a
the
two
two
guys there.
soldiers left.
No,
They've
no, no.
gone
Wasn't there like another
to
two
look
inside
for
that help open the
Monster.
door?
No, those weren't soldiers. Those were
Those are
two
people.
older people.
Oh, okay, okay. Sure. I guess I go make myself known.
Bosk will take out her supplies and say that I'm gonna start some stuff that we might need for the. If you come across anyone who's sick and a look over, just over here.
I'll pass the
Okay.
word along, as Valerius pulls out his tools and meanders off.
Okay,
I'll go with
time to make some
Valerius.
flares.
Okay. The Nana is now with the children and Sobesh. She's just overseeing the play. Okay, seemingly you're left alone. Again, anybody with
Just
a
gonna go-
passive insight of 15 or higher can observe the peoples.
I do.
He has no passive insight, only perception.
Oh.
What's
Valerius.
Morgana doing?
Yeah,
What's
what's Morgana
Morgana doing?
I have to ask, how do you check the passive? Because
Okay.
none of my numbers are like double digits.
10 plus your proficiency in the skill.
Oh, 10 plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, none of my numbers are like
Yes.
10.
You should
How do
have
you-
exactly 15 passive insight.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Nice. We can go people watching.
Okay, 12. Anybody else making a
Oh,
passive
did you want us
insight?
to roll it? Sorry, I thought you asked me.
Anybody with
Passive.
15 or higher.
I don't
Okay,
have
okay,
15, so it's cool.
Then I will roll.
Okay, it's good enough. It's good enough.
Use that as they walk around.
You
systems.
for Morgana especially. Morgana, what are you doing? Where are you? Are you sitting around the fire watching the kids, or are you following Gunlog and Valerius?
I am sitting around watching the kids because I don't really know what else to do.
Okay. It's something you're comfortable with. You watch the kids being entertained by the doggos, and you watch the very gentle smile across Taffert's face as she observes the children be thoroughly entertained. But you also keep an eye out for the people who are wondering about, who are seemingly from the outside. You recognize the people that Valerius pointed out, especially. You see that there is indeed a minim, a gnomish sort of woman, looking very, very incredibly tired, um, very haggard, and still sort of panicky. You also see uh, two parents who you recognize to be Helena and the husband, which I can't remember the name right now, the Miloshes, but you do not see uh, the young children.
Shit, you
For
already found them.
yeah, they're outside, they're chilling. Gunlog, what you see are faces of youth, in particular, who look very, very eager to leave. Very, very eager to speak to you.
Okay. I
But
will
they
make sure
are skittish about it. They're not sure how to approach because you still have resting bitch face.
Oh, I'm very much trying not to have the rest of bitch face, okay? We're trying to be friendly here.
It's
Also,
also Besh's fault.
yes, it is that,
Why don't you
anyone
just
that
wear a
looks like they
face
might want
mask?
to,
Wow.
Yeah, face mask. Oh, God.
anyone that makes like, regardless of whether they look friendly or not, I will just kind of try to be friendly and go talk to people, like introduce myself, try to talk to them, just do the spiel like, yeah, we're just staying here for a couple of days. We're traveling. Just need to rest for a bit. How are you guys doing? I want to hear about the village and your lives and blah 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 blah. And just see if I can glean from them while also being on the lookout for the people we're actually looking for.
Of those
And if I
faces,
see a lot of young people that look like they want to leave, I'll be like, "Ah, if you're not happy here, why are you staying? Why are you still here?"
Valerius, while you're listening into this conversation and you're fixing random odds and ends, doors, waterproofing and windproofing certain windows from the outside, you get a good look of the inside of these houses. You want to say houses, but it's more like a very squalid prison. In fact, you've probably seen prisons under Rikers that is better than this.
So Villar is like doing his best just to make the place a bit more livable and not exactly like a prison. So I was like, okay, this can be improved in this general percept in this area within a short amount of time. So I'm gonna do that kind of stuff. He will
Uh,
also try to strike up a conversation with people and maybe like entertain the notion that if people need him to do something, he'll be like, oh hey, yeah, sure, what do you need me to look at? And walk over and help fix things.
from the corner of your eye, you see Gunlaug talking to the youth. Gunlaug, you recognize one of the faces as the teen boy who you're supposed to pick up. The girl still missing in action. Um, he's sort of very much having a conversation with you about how did you get here? How did you get lost? Is it easy to move in and out? Where are the creatures outside? But make me an insight check really quick.
Sure, sure, sure. So he's very keen on not being here, clearly.
27.
There
Aside from his obvious questions that he doesn't want to be here, you also see a very slight melancholy, guilt
we go.
when it comes to talking about leaving the place.
She feels that guilt for sure. And Shalia, just keep talking to him. She won't give him any definite answers. Just kind of like talk a little bit about like if he's traveled much around in the area, how well he knows it, and just kind of clock and see like if how much his movement is restricted and all that stuff as well.
He,
If
as you
if his
ask,
family is here.
as you ask whether or not he's traveled around the area, he looks at you with earnest eyes and he goes, "Well, here's the thing. We don't really have the right gear to sort of travel around even in this area. I personally tend to stay within the town limits. It's too cold, it's too dangerous."
So you live out here, but you can't leave.
He nods with a sad smile. Also,
Your
it's
family
kind of
here?
true that if I leave, who's going to take care of my parents? Who's going to take care of Tafford? We're we're technically the next generation, but if we leave them to die. And I don't know if my sister can go with me. We just don't have enough. I can't subject her. You hear a lot of guilt.
You got a sister as well? She your little sister?
He nods. She's somewhere here. Very, she's kind of shy.
Anyone else in your family?
Just me, my sister, mom and dad. I mean, if we had a conversation about leaving the place. Mom and Dad are interested, but we're just not sure if we can make the journey. We've asked a few times from the guards. They said, "Yeah, sure, but they can't really give us the stuff without having like some kind of, as they put it, mass exodus from this place." Um, if you
And
you
why
can
wouldn't they
ask,
want that? If everyone wants to leave,
well,
why not help?
they could, but they don't have the manpower, I think. Also, something is up with this place. Some historical, I don't remember. He's squinting real hard trying to remember, and then he goes, "Oh, you can probably ask the old lady. She'll
Which
know.
old
She's
lady?
not uh, Stafford.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She would know."
So the people here are not. You're not very happy.
Well, I'm not. I don't think you would be either. There's nothing here.
Is this feeling shared by everyone here?
Well, some of us.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's some history. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I want to move to the city. There's, you know,
Yeah.
I
I'm
heard
from the city.
it's warm. The guards were telling me about some kind of inner city where it's all climate controlled. Have you been there?
Yeah. Good luck. Yes.
Is it
I'm
is it
from the
pretty?
city,
What's
just not the nice part, but it's we make do.
oh well. Anyway, if I head out to the city, I'm sure we have enough savings. And you see a sort of again a very conflicted face.
Do you have
We
any
we have
skills, any
savings.
traits, or anything you're good at?
He goes, "Well, I'm trained as a carpenter. My dad's a
Sounds like there'd be
carpenter.
plenty of work in the city for that.
He's excited about this prospect. But again, hey, are you guys going anywhere after this?"
Back to the city eventually, yeah.
Um,
Why did you want to
with
come with?
yeah, with your passive insight, you see somebody who wants to ask, who has a request, but isn't sure if they're in the right place to ask for it.
Hey kid, come have dinner with us in a couple of hours and bring your sister and your mom and dad. We can have a chat.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then you see the other people, like two other
It's
teens
that like
and
not
maybe
very. I say that not very loud. I'm just like, keep it keep it to yourself for now, okay?
okay, sure.
Look, we might have some space, but it wouldn't be for everyone.
We I'm just gonna say, like, we don't have a lot of money.
Don't care.
We can't pay you, and I don't know if we can. He looks at his clothes. We have a lot of blankets.
It's okay. Just come talk to us in a little bit. I'm just gonna keep doing some rounds here and having a chat with everyone, but come find us for a meal.
He nods excitedly, and then you watch him just really quickly run, and then he peeks into one of the doors, and he manages to scoop up a young girl about 11, you think. Put her, like sort of lift her up, and then say excited things, and the little girl is also jumping for joy, and you see her carry on her a little bunny stuffed toy, and then they disappear into the house.
I'll just like continue doing the rounds and stuff, and then like give a little like notice to Val that I found them that will be coming at that like for dinner and have a little chat with them. We'll just make sure that not too many people are listening in, and then I'll go back to to the rest of the gang and
Okay.
kind of do that, inform them as well that kind of already found the people and So we can have a chat with them and try to keep the kind of down low.
Okay. Really quickly, Wendigo,
Perfect.
what are you doing outside with Farid?
Well, we will find a place to evade the patrol sweeps, because that's the very least we need to do. Then we probably need to dig another polar bear hole or whatever it is.
Okay. With Farid's help, I would like you to roll me a survival check and a stealth check. Both at advantage, please.
Survival 17,
And a stealth? 14.
14.
Okay. Decent. Uh, Tell me how far away you go from the settlement.
I would say. Okay, let me try to recall the night we had the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the wolves were watching us? How far away were the wolves?
They were about 120 feet away, maybe more. You think?
Okay, then we'll try to be like 300 feet away from the where they are sweeping the coast edge, then 300 feet away. Are we still within like view? I'm not sure what the terrain is like, but I thought there would be some turning and all that.
If you want to be 300 feet away, I'm going to say what happens is as you go further away, the slope gets lower.
Hmm?
So if you're looking back to where the town is, you can only see just white. You cannot see the town anymore. Think of it as
At what feet does it disappear?
I would say 120 feet is already problems. Just think of the town as in a crater.
Hmm.
And when you go towards town, it's sort of like sloped upwards, which is why you could look down on it. But the further away you get, the higher the point where you stayed over the night is.
Mhm.
So you're going downhill, essentially.
Okay, but can we still see the crest, like where we were camping and all that?
300 feet. Make me a perception check.
Hmm.
17. You can guess where you were, but at this point, everything is white.
Okay, Wendigo will tell Farid this will be the spot for the night, because if he can't see it, that's the guarantee that they won't either.
Okay.
He doesn't want to take any chances. Maybe after the long rest, he'll start making his way closer again. But for now, don't risk the scouts.
He nods. What is your plan? Are we going to meet with them again, or are we staying here until essentially we hear some sort of word from what is his name, Valerius? And then he points to Floaty.
Stay for long. Rest well. Position closer. Wait for instruction.
He nods.
This is talky business.
He nods, and what he starts doing is he starts digging a little bear hole.
Wendigo will learn how to dig this as well.
Okay, make me an intelligence check. Like a straight intelligence.
11.
11. I'm gonna say that you don't get it the first few times. You still don't understand the engineering that goes into this, but maybe with a few more rolls, you may.
Okay, Wendigo will ask Farid to explain what he's doing so that he can learn better as he goes.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
14.
14.
What he does is give you like a very basic overview of what he's doing.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, given the education that you got and the basic understanding that you have, it's kind of not enough.
Hmm.
It's still going to take you a while to sort of understand. What you gather though is that you dig hole.
Dig hole.
You dig hole, it good. But
Is
there's
the
an
whole size good enough just for the two of us, or does he make allowances?
he actually makes two different ones.
Okay.
And eventually what happens is he makes two burrows, and then he sort of tells you to go into one, and then
Mhm.
after maybe 3 hours,
Mhm.
suddenly you have like a connecting hallway between the two burrows.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like a rabbit's warren in a way.
Mhm.
Okay, we go back to the gang. Morgana and Bosk. Around you are the sounds of happy children. The fire is still roaring. Occasionally, you see people stoke the fire and feed the fire with wood that you recognize from the cart outside previously when you first saw. And then you see other bundles of goods that are meant to be shared within the community, like more blankets, um, frozen yet fresh foods and vegetables. You think scurvy is a very big deal in this here parts? There's not much meats, maybe some dried rations here and there. And you see a big cauldron, like a huge cauldron on a pulley system that goes that can be lifted upwards and then over the fire. Is there anything that you guys are doing? Hello?
Guys,
Are we back to the inside?
Yes, we're back to the
yes.
inside.
Where are you guys?
Um, I'm still just in the central area near where we came in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm making layers.
Are either of you approaching Minim?
Who's a minim?
That's the
The
gnome. She's
yeah.
pretty useful if you want to approach.
Do we know about?
She's the one with the saw and the one that Wendigo alerted.
Ah, um, did did any ask her to come find me for medical assessment?
No, she does not search you out. She seems kind of stressed in her corner.
Oh, I see. Okay, someone else will go deal with it because I'm doing.
Okay. If either of you are not doing anything, I will go back to Valerius and Gulag.
Uh, I said I would just kind of make the rounds, make sure that like I'm seen to like talk a little bit with a lot of people, so not zoning in on anyone in particular, to not raise any suspicion, and then head back to the group and inform them that I've scoped out the boy and that he will contact us later on.
Okay.
Uh,
Either of you can make a D100 roll.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, just one of us or both?
One of you.
I
You gonna do it?
will do it.
Okay.
85.
Nice.
85.
Oh, high is good. I hope.
Yay!
Yes, high is good.
Yeah.
100%.
You build a rapport with people in the general area. You get to know them, you help them a little bit. Both of you together seem to be a good match. And this is very like your home in Bror. very like the
Yeah, I
slums.
got that feeling.
It there's a sense of ownership in Gunlaug here. Valerius is just going through the motions of thinking he can fix things. Valerius, you also realize that no matter how much you fix this place, it's still kind of a shithole.
Yeah, this is Valerius just like
You're
I wish I
doing
can
your
do more.
best. And because
Yeah.
you're doing
There's
your
like being
best,
back in the slums.
yeah, because both of you are doing your best, the intention is felt by everybody there and is sort of accepted.
Hmm.
Eventually, the evening comes. Wendigo, you're just hanging out outside. Evening comes. You manage to avoid the four people doing an arc.
Yeah.
Um,
That's glad.
from from the inside, you guys hear the door banged on again. 3 knocks. Again, the call out that they are outside and they request to be let in. The doors are finally helped open and they go in, barely closing the door to not let the heat outside exit. Or rather, the heat inside exit to the outside. Well, they go to the tiny gnome. We checked the area, Minim, but there's nothing here. Whatever it is that sort of barged into your house is definitely gone. Are are you sure? I I don't know. I'm kind of freaked out. I I can't lose anyone anymore. The last time this happened. No. No. Are you sure? Yes, Minim. For sure. Why don't you come closer to the fire? You know, you're not doing great. I know, I know. I just want it to be safe enough so I can just go to sleep. I'm really tired. I'm really tired. Come on, Minim. Let's go. We're here. We've got some blankets. You can rest. You can rest. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. And you see them sort of drape a heavy blanket over the 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 the, the gnome and sort of escort her closer to the fire, making her a tiny like blanket fort there for her to bundle into.
Valerius will approach very cautiously, making himself known and says, I can make that blanket heated for you if you like. And Valerius holds out a small space heater.
You say that, and then the two guards, the two soldiers, are sort of smiling at you and nodding. You know
Right.
that's a really good idea.
I'm gonna
She's had
put it
a
Stay
tough
by
down.
night.
herself?
Sorry?
Does Minim stay by herself?
Yeah, she. From what you've gathered, looking around while you're doing your work and trying not to get attached to these people, you see
Hmm.
that she keeps to herself mostly.
Right.
But it,
I
it ain't
guess
working.
when they're talking, like Vosk will look up and say, "Do you live by yourself?"
She, her eyes previously closed, and she's still sort of shaking. Very frail, gnomish woman looks up at you. Oh, I used to live with people, but and you can see that she's slightly shivering. You don't know whether the shake is from the cold. You realize it's not cold here. She's not
Imagining
well.
it's from the trauma.
You
She's
also
like
see
physically sick.
uh you also see like a cold sore on top of her lip, and she's very pale and sort of gaunt looking,
I see. What
but
does
she
she say?
smiles. And then as she says that she used to live with people, she sort of takes more of the blankets and curl up into a little fetal position ball.
Does it look like she's leaving, or is she going to like a corner of the
Oh,
common
she
space to
has
just
been
rest?
she has been put at the walls of the bonfire, the central bonfire, and she's been made a blanket fort there that she's sort of snuggling into. And the longer you leave her, the more blanket goes over her. Like she's slowly pulling blankets. Make me an insight check while this is happening.
Inside check.
Am I there as well, or are we not gotten back there yet?
You can see
God, a
this.
20.
You're sort of coming down the stairs from the first floor to the central courtyard now, if you so wish.
Yeah, then I'll just leave it to Bosky.
Okay. 20. You look at her and you think she's hiding herself. Like slowly she's sort of trying to disappear.
She is a gnome, so that is not. Um, I note her sore and her pale complexion. Ask. I am a doctor. Would you like me to give you a quick look over?
I
You're shivering.
I don't have any money.
No charge.
She
Your
nods.
village is be hospitable enough to stay. No charge.
Thank you. I
Right.
appreciate it.
Rest up. Come over after I finish with here.
She nods and she immediately burrows herself into more mountains of blankets and seemingly disappears. Gunlag, you see this happen. You just see
A pile
if
of blankets
pretty much
fold
if
next to the fire.
instead of a
Like
shambling
legitimately
mound
disappears, or
The
like
gnome
just
is
hide?
gone.
hide, it's like you know the shambling mound.
Yeah.
Instead of leaves and like seaweed, it's blankets.
When it is
Oh.
still is indistinguishable from a pile of blankets.
It's just a pile of blankets. Whoa.
Cute.
You also see the granny start to gently call out orders to start filling the giant, the absolutely massive cauldron with supplies. You see maybe 5 or so people with big buckets milling to the outside. You hear her telling people to put in the dried meats, the frozen vegetables into the pot, cut up. There's a whole rigmarole, a very practiced sort of event.
Soupesh is like the soup.
Soup.
While this is
You
happening,
uh-huh.
I was gonna ask the guards whether if any of the outside houses need fixing or reinforcing, just to see if I can get more information out of them.
The guard that is usually talking to you goes, "Well, you can try. It's kind of a lot. I can show you outside if you want. I don't recommend you walk out there alone. And it's getting dark."
Valerius nods and he puts on his construction helmet, pulls on the visor, and asks him to lead the way.
She tells the other guard to stay here, and she goes with you. I'll take you out. And slowly, the both of you sort of squeeze through. Valerius, as you go outside, you also see the people who are carrying the buckets go to a snowbank and start pushing snow into the buckets.
Ah, they're collecting water.
Yes.
And slowly they
Don't
move
forget your
back.
jacket, Valerius.
I'm assuming he has that. Otherwise they'd be like,
You step outside and you're like, oh, cold.
Oh,
Yeah,
temperature change.
Iral. Iral Gunlot Iral.
Iral, yeah. The armless man
Thank
is Iral. And then she goes, well,
Laral.
some of the houses, and she points to the areas far beyond, maybe 250 feet to 350 feet away. Those houses, well, they're gone. They're gone, and nobody lives there anyway. Most of them live inside of, for want of a better word, the donut. It's safe there. It's hard to get into. It's pretty much of a very small palisade.
This is the guard
Hilarious.
talking. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the guard. Outside
Ask the
here,
guard what's up with this place. Did
Yeah.
they
Like Valerius asks like straight up like this place, well, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging or anything, but this place looks like it's in severe disrepair. Aren't you guys, no, sorry, aren't the townsfolk trying to do anything, or do they just not have the supplies?
as far as I know, we do supply runs. I don't usually come here. We draw lots every month to see who does the supply run. But it's pretty much to maintain this place until, if I remember correctly, they have this area as some kind of historical site, but it's, bureaucracy. They're supposed to be touted as some kind of historical site, will be built up, blah, blah, blah. But it's a long time coming. And I heard that we're here to make sure that people here don't die out of starvation because we do need them when the historical site is approved. And then she
Valerius,
slowly takes you to one of the houses to like show you generally what is.
what needs to be done and whatnot, yeah. Valerius like strikes up conversations like historical side. Then he like glances around, it's like, what could be historical about this place? I can see that it's probably some old mining facility, but there's more to this place?
She shrugs. I don't know. Bureaucrats, anything historical. I'm a soldier. I guess this is some kind of outreach program.
Valerius gives a nod and asks like, well, not to saying that you're doing a bad job or anything, but why don't people leave? Like conditions here seem horrible. And he gestures to the destroyed, well, the ruined houses.
Slowly they leave, one by one. The young ones, the old ones tend to stay here.
So
We're
it's just old people being stubborn, eh?
People have hope.
But
I'm not about to tell them they're wrong.
but where
It's
do
not my
people usually
place.
go if they leave? Like this place is pretty far off the beaten path, if you know what I'm saying.
She breathes in as if to say, fuck if I know.
Hmm.
And then she goes, the intention is always either to go with us, to join the army, or to go to the towns. I cannot tell you whether most people make it or not. It's harsh out there.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I will
Then
tell you for a fact that given the chance, the kids will go. But I will also
Valer-
tell you their parents don't like it.
Valerius will give a comforting pat on this soldier and say that, well, regardless of what their intentions are, it definitely seems that you are making a difference here. So good on you for that.
She
Oh, I'm
shakes her
sorry.
head.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I,
It's a her?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
She
Valerius
shakes
like,
her head and she's like, I don't know if this is good or bad. I feel like with what the military has, we could just send them home. Be done with this. This place is dead.
Valerius sighs and pats her shoulder and it's like, unfortunately, I'm not staying here for long. If not, I could have done more to help. But have hope. It seems they really do have your trust. So at least take pride in that you are doing what you can to make a difference. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. And I stick out my hand. I'm Valerius. Valerius Riker. Pleased to meet you.
She puts her head out to shake it. Ilana.
Ilana. It's nice to meet you, Ilana. All right, so in your opinion, what should I focus on first? I can see some of the houses here are definitely beyond repair, but if we're going to get the people back into not so squished housing, where do you think I should focus first?
She gives like this very um it's a laugh that is sort of it's a very disdainful mocking laugh, but not to you, but to the situation. She goes, "Where to start? Do you have wood? Do you have food? Do you have anything to trade?"
Well, I don't have much to trade, unfortunately, but I do have the willingness to try to make a difference. So I will do what I can with what I have, and I point towards the tools I have with me.
The houses can be maintained for a little while. They used to maintain a lot of things here, and then slowly the young people left. Maintenance became less of a priority. Slowly, there's less and less people, and they just move into the donut.
Valerius nods. He understands the situation, how grim it could be, and he asks, is like, don't you have a commanding officer you can report this back to over at, I assume, the Aitelyu grounds?
She nods. This is what we're here for. Once a month, we come in. This is what we can afford for this project, anyway. You seem to
Nods
know a
like,
lot about, the general workings of armies and so on. Do you have
Valerius gives
background?
a very broad smile and says that, oh, very proudly, in fact, it's like, oh, I have a friend who is actually in the Aitelyu grounds. His name's Luke Noctis. He was a very good friend of mine when we were both back in Bra.
She smiles and she's like, "You know Luke?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, my best friend, in fact.
Oh, he's actually one of the up and coming, I would say. He's at the barracks right now. They don't send him out here. He's too fresh. He will
Uh,
probably in the next
Luke
months.
always had a penchant of running ahead and getting himself into trouble. Hopefully the army kind of resolved that a bit, I hope, as he lets out a nervous chuckle.
She seems taken aback and she's like, "Are you sure we know the same Luke?"
Yes, of course. And I describe his facial features and whatnot, how he's horrible with his weapons, always comes have them repaired like once a week or something like that.
Well, you're in for a surprise when you do get to Apilla.
Has he changed? Haven't seen him in about like 7 years or so.
Let's just say that being in such a regimented place makes you better in some ways.
I suppose that's fair. Yeah, army tends to change people every now and then.
I'm glad
But
to
yeah,
hear that he has
anyways.
friends outside. And then she leads you into one of the houses.
Mhm.
They're not particular about who goes in and out, considering. But if something appears in the middle of the night, opens the door,
I suppose
it's
that
kind of
does.
creepy.
I suppose that does seem like a cause for concern. I can start with reinforcing the doors of whatever house is still standing, of course, and we can work our way from there.
I don't know how you're going to reinforce, considering we don't have supplies. The wood that we brought is for the fire primarily. We just have enough for the month. Well, a month and a bit. And I don't
Cool.
think I in a humanitarian sense would allow you to use any of those. Heat kind of needs to stay as part of the equation for being alive.
Valerius nods as that's all right. I don't intend to touch any of that wood in any case. But here, let me show you. And Valerius brings her towards the door of the house we just went in, and how fucked is this door?
let's just say it's a very thick door,
Mm-hmm.
made of wood. The surrounding house, it's built with a lot of stone.
Okay.
But the door is worse for wear. You can see where water is coming in and warping the wood, and bits of it are falling off.
Okay. Valeria sees this and it's like, well, the wood is beyond saving at this point, I reckon. But Valerius then starts pulling out like bits of scrap metal and attempts to fashion a deadbolt to keep the door like closed, if anything.
She
Fairly
nods
certain.
and she's like, "Well, that seems to be something at least Minim would be happy about. Security is something that they would be keen on, I guess."
Valerius nods. Yeah, my company does deal in this sort of things. Unfortunately, they're not really catered towards the common people. He gives a sigh, like how the Rikers exclusively cater towards the more rich end clientele, and not most of the low people.
Do you have anything on you that she can see that would say Rikers?
Yes, he's wearing his engineering outfit. I'm fairly certain the safety helmet he has on probably has the Riker symbol.
I'm just gonna make a roll for her to see if she recognizes. She
I also
do.
introduced myself as Valerius Riker for effective sake.
She nods. She she's sort of hiding her surprise.
Hmm.
Uh, if, if I'm not mistaken, what's a Riker doing here?
Well,
Shouldn't
like I
you have
said,
more
Luke Noctis is my
things?
friend.
Shouldn't you have, more people and maybe not get lost?
Valerius sighs and he laughs like, bit of an outcast of the family. Always wanted to do more good than make a profit, if anything. Parents didn't really like that, and, they found someone else to take over the reins.
She nods. I'm not going to pretend I even know what that means. Good luck, I guess.
He gives a
I'm
nod and he
just I'm
goes,
just gonna stay here, make sure you don't get assaulted, just in case. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be very honest and say you people appearing after somebody's house essentially got broken into, kind of suspicious.
Valerius laughs and it's like, well, I can't really deny the scrutiny, but still, I'd be happy to help if anything.
She nods. Let me know if you need any help with whatever this is. I can't say I know. I'm good at shooting things.
He laughs and gives a nod. Sure thing. If you need to head off, just let me know. I'm fairly certain I can take care of myself. And he holds up a wrench for emphasis.
She nods.
Not sure how convincing that was, but yeah.
It make me an insight check.
Okay, hold up. My roll 20 is lagging. Why? Let me roll. There we go. Ooh.
15. She sort of nods and big shrug and just helps you. You think, uh, it is bought.
Hmm. Thank you.
Inside the donut, we have the rest of you. I don't know whether you would see this as a fortunate or unfortunate thing, but all of you have been roped into making the soup.
Hell yeah.
Sobesh is still under children duty. He is doing a very good job in making sure the kids are out of the adults' hair as they chop things, put things in pots. Eventually, all of you heave the cauldron by turning some levers and pulleys onto the fire, and you see this cauldron just overshadow the fire, and you watch the fire go from upwards to around. And if you were on the third floor, you would know that slowly the ice and the snow that was taken from outside starts melting. the old lady goes, Thank you so much for all your help. It's been, if not help for that for a very long time. Also, the children seem happy. Food will be ready in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Depends. Big fire.
Okay. We just chill in the soup.
Uh,
I'll probably check up on.
yes. Bosk, eventually Minim does come to you when you're a bit out of the way, so that she doesn't have to interact with the other people, you think. She's still very, very skittish, but she seems a little bit more rested, but you can make a medicine check to double check.
Chi.
She is she's still very tired, but you know when you're so tired you get second wind,
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
and you think within 2 or 3 hours she's gonna like crash.
I inform her of this.
Yes, yes. Um, if you don't mind, and if you have time right now, I'd like help. I've had this sore. You
Observe the soul.
the sore is obviously she has the herpes, and
What?
because she doesn't have very good immune system in general, it just flares up, and she tells you like the basic history. True facts of life: 1 in every 4 people has herpes. So shut your face. Some of you may have gotten it just wherever, sitting on public toilets, and so on and so forth. So
Wouldn't more than 1 in 4 people have it? Because I
was it?
imagine if
Yeah,
more
Was
than
it
four
3 out
people
of
have
4?
it,
Probably. And
I
also,
thought it
then
was
it's not
1 in
all
4.
genitalial herpes. It could be
No,
just,
yeah.
the stuff you get on your
Yeah,
lip.
yeah.
Just basically the herpes simplex
All
virus
sorts.
is evident everywhere. And
I guess
unfortunately
you
for
have it,
her,
but you
she
don't have the symptoms.
yes.
No, I wasn't laughing at the fact that she has herpes. I was just expecting something more like, like frostbite or something. And the Tatiba is herpes or what?
No, you
Flares
know
up
for a
in cold
fact
areas.
you know for a fact that the central house is warm enough that if people were uncomfortable, they can just come in here.
Hmm.
Like they don't restrict anybody from coming into the central area. They're not terrible people. Um, she explains to you how this keeps flaring up. She doesn't know what it is. She just knows it's very irritating, and she's been very tired and listless.
Is there
Um,
anything I can for her with what I have on?
you, as a doctor, you can probably give her some sort of uh salve or sedative to make her feel better, to make her go to sleep.
Is she having trouble sleep?
From how you've seen her, looks like it.
Ah, okay. Um, well, where I've been doing my work, it's been pretty quiet. It's come over to me, so um, I'll suggest that she come over and do a little sleep bag,
With your
do some
27 as
meds.
well, you think it's less her physical well-being that's stopping her from going to sleep.
Yeah, it's probably just be.
I can't hear you, sorry.
It's probably just her being shaken up by what happened.
Yeah, probably. So
But now that she's in the central area with like people around, she should feel safer. No?
she should, but she's still kind of stressed out. She's she's calmed down a little bit, but only you think because you've said you can try and help her. So she's reaching out to you.
Okay. So I'll tell her about her condition and to the symptoms. Um, and then I suggest that probably the thing that's preventing her most from falling asleep is that she doesn't safe current because of whatever happened last night.
She nods. You can tell though that her nod is less of understanding what you're saying and more I'm nodding so that you are okay with it.
I see. I ask her if there's anything else bothering.
No. I just, I just need sleep. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and sleep, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, no one's really been bothering me since set up over here, so maybe right here is a good place.
I really appreciate it. Are you sure? Um, I'm
Having you
very,
sleep will not bother me.
I'm just very aware of my condition. I, I'm scared that I might give it to other people.
Oh,
I don't want anybody else, especially the children. It it it, it kind of sucks.
I nod. I understand. And then I'll explain to her how it is transmitted and how it is not transmitted.
She nods. And then she looks at the bidding and she's like, I did sort of wipe my face on it, so I guess we don't have soap here much of it anyway, so this is probably mine forever, or we're gonna have to burn it.
Yours forever sounds good.
She nods. Yeah. And you see her sort of bury herself in a new pile of blankets that she dragged from the old pile, but closer to you. Um, but you also see that she's intently looking at the cauldron, like
Oh, right.
keen
You
on dinner.
probably should eat before
Okay, we
you go to
usually
sleep.
have that cauldron feed us throughout the night, and then unfortunately because of food rationing, um, that's our main meal for the day. People who go out to do more of the physical labor get more. Obviously, I don't. I won't even begin to ask for any more. I feel I'm kind of useless.
How old is this gnome?
Make me a wisdom check.
We don't. We don't.
We don't.
13, we don't.
Um, you can guess. I'm not gonna give you like gnomish age. I'm just going to go by people age.
Yeah.
Because of her haggard appearance, you think she looks older than she really is, but you think maybe on the ballpark of mid to late 20s, but in
Oh,
gnome years.
okay. So like, um,
I lost you. What? So
so
like?
like 50 then.
Yeah, probably. Heh.
Okay. Um, have I noticed any other gnomes?
Sorry?
Have I noticed any other gnomes?
Yeah, there are a few kids. There is another gnomish woman. Um, but just generally they keep to each other. You feel like Minim particularly is so within herself that she voluntarily doesn't talk to anyone.
Uh,
Everybody else seems kind of okay, healthy-ish, as healthy as somebody in this desolate area would be. But she just looks worse for wear.
right. And is that all because that she's sick, or are there?
Could be. Like she definitely looks ill.
Okay. So I guess I'll ask her like, oh, how long unwell for?
I would say a few weeks, but we've not had any doctors come in, and it's not like we can just tell. the army to bring a doctor. They'll probably bring someone next month or as soon as they can, but it's kind of a there's really no point. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need it.
Well, if you want to get better, you should probably see if you need treatment. These things don't just go away by themselves.
She you see like a sad shrug as she
Fortunately, I don't have the drugs that I would need to treat you now. These will help with the symptoms for.
she nods. It's fine. She speaks to you, but her eyes are looking at the cauldron.
Can I tell that she's just really hungry?
Yeah, she's probably like generally the atmosphere that you get is this is the time where everybody is just salivating.
Ah, okay.
People seem like they're actually like actively starving here.
They do look like that.
So it's a big old intermittent fasting thing going on.
It's like, oh, food time.
Indeed.
It's about lunchtime now, right?
No, it's actually close to dinner time. Like it's dark.
It got dark quite a
We
while
were-
ago.
Yeah.
I thought we came in the morning, no?
Oh,
No, but it gets dark at like 5, so we have been
yeah,
there around.
it was twilight, and then you guys did your stuff. You walked around, which was why Valerius, who wanted to go outside, is being escorted by I forgot her name.
Oh, okay. I must have lost track
Ilana.
of time when I was
Ilana.
making my flares. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't realize it was dark.
Which is why
Okay,
soup's up in a few hours.
Okay. So I should probably be preparing my own food too. I think what I'll do. Can I tell that that Eminim's undernourished
Oh, you
from
don't
my
have to do any
examination?
medical check. You know that her eyes are particularly sunken. She's very skinny.
Okay. And I generally get to eat well, so I think what I will do is um I will give her some of my ration portion.
She sees you hand out your rations to her, and she's
Yeah.
very taken aback by this. She's like, are you sure this is?
Yeah, it's
If
fine.
I take it,
Generally have a bit of trouble finishing it.
I can't take it. Other people think that the small kids they would need it more than me. I I don't need it.
You're sick, and if you want to get better, to eat.
Make me
Because if you don't get better, it's just gonna be a lot more troublesome for else.
make me a persuasion or intimidation check. Your choice as doctor.
It's dusty.
she
Hero.
Oh no.
she hears that and she's like, no, it's okay. Even if I take it, there's no guarantee that I won't just pass it to one of the children. I I I please keep it.
Or
Okay.
Minister Medicine. I'm just joking.
I
Does she seem to be the only person in the camp with herpes?
That's visible.
Yeah, she's the
And
only
she
one
looks
that's
very, very
suffering
sick,
from
yes.
it. Apparently.
Yeah. I can heal it.
Can you? Can you just like
Tomorrow?
disease away it?
Yeah, I think
Lesser
lesser
restoration.
restoration.
Disease away.
One disease or one condition.
Oh,
Wait,
well,
so tomorrow you're just gonna spend some spells on like the blindness.
Yeah,
Well,
that
you
was
can
my idea.
you
and I
can
may add
try
part to that.
the blindness.
Yeah, I will try. I don't know if it'll work or not, if it's strong enough, but and if boss tells me about this lady, I can
But you know for a fact that if it's just like a plain disease, easy. You've done this before.
Oh yeah. She's fixed lots of herpes.
Yes. Yes.
Over the years, I'm assuming probably not all just on.
I mean, mostly from your work with the call girls, the prostitutes that you're very friendly with and protective of. So you're like, "Psh, I've seen this before."
Easy.
Yeah. But she's very hesitant to. This is if Gunlag is watching from a distance, it's not very hard for you to tell with your passive insight that she looks like she thinks she's a burden to the community that she cannot help. She's sick, so might as well just stay out of the way, kind of thing. There's a lot of self pity going on.
That's why I was telling her that if she wants to stop being a burden, she needs to get better.
Stop rolling ones.
If you didn't roll a
Okay.
natural one,
Okay, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right, well, you just looked hungry is all.
she smiles at you meekly.
I shall
What?
ignore her and get back to my work.
Okay. She bundles up with more and more blankets as she stares at the cauldron longingly. Find yourself a partner that looks at you the way Minim looks at the cauldron. What are the rest of you doing? It's getting dark. Good luck. Good luck. You see, you're keeping an eye out on the boy.
Yes, is he
Um,
coming?
Is he rallying his people and coming to us?
Make me a perception check with advantage, since I'm going to assume you've been keeping an eye on him anyway.
Yes, I have. Perception advantage.
26. He's trying to be real sneaky. Real sneaky.
What a
Real
champion.
obvious.
So obviously sneaky, but only to you. Like you think he's pulling it off, but you're just like, I know what he's doing. What a jackass.
Good
Look at him, tippy-toeing,
job, kid.
humming the Mission Impossible tune to himself.
Doing a Kronk. So.
Pretty much Kronk. You can see him occasionally whispering something to his kid sister, and then both of them like smiling from ear to ear. And then when the other kids come by, they're just like immediately shift the gear to sad, like, oh, life is
Everything's
hard.
terrible. Oh,
Everything's terrible. Oh,
boring.
oh, but dinner's coming up, so that's great. I guess everything's terrible. And then when the other kids leave, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have dinner with the new guys. Maybe they'll take us out, you know. Yeah. Morgana, what are you doing? Morgana.
I have been watching the kids.
Uh-huh.
Watching the kids in Sobesh.
Yeah, just like what's watching them, seeing what they're doing. Pretty much just
So we're gonna
making
make
sure
sure
nothing
this
happens
is
to
not
them.
scared surfing.
Start Morgana first, and then we'll listen to what Goodluck said.
Oh. No, just making sure like they're playing fine, they're not getting in trouble. Because Morgana has a soft spot for kids.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing anything in particular when it comes to the kid or the old lady or?
I already know. Morgana notices that Dr. Boss is talking to her and just lets her be. So eventually Morgana sits closer to the kids, but she doesn't really talk to them. Just want to see how they behave. So they're fine.
Occasionally, one of the kids will sort of rambunctiously go up to you and be like, miss, do you like dogs?
Yes, I do like dogs.
Where do you come from? You have really nice hair.
Thank you. I come from. Where do I come from? Damn.
I'm from Brar, the city.
I come from the city.
Oh, what's that like? Also, do you have candy? And then the other kids crowd around you from the words candy. Yeah, do you have candy? Do you have candy?
I do have candy. Hold on. Then digs in my bag of holding for some candy and passes some around.
You are a god to them.
I know.
Can you make me like an insight check as you turn around to see Sobesh?
Candy check.
Inside.
Does he want candy?
So Bash wants candy too.
20.
Guaranteed.
With the 20, you have a very kind smile, but you see Sobesh, one, wants candy, and two, wants to also be popular. And he is frantically searching in his pockets, but all he can find is lint.
Oh no.
And he's sort of like pretending that nothing is happening. Everything is fine. Let's just pet the dog.
So what is kind of like a kid, right?
Yeah, he's kind of like a kid. Like
Mm, mm.
his personality is very jovial, as you've seen so far. Like the no filter.
Okay. Morgana sees that and then tells the kids, "Come on, let's go back and play with the dogs." And then she stands up and moves towards the dog and Sobish. And then she still has a bit of candy left, and then quietly passes them to Sobish as well.
Okay, so Telltale Games banner comes up and it says Sobesh will remember this.
Oh.
Right. Dinner time rolls around. Wendigo. It's dark. Do you have any plans?
The plan was to long rest.
Okay. Do you have any
Long
conversations with Farid? Or is it just two guys silently looking into the fire? Or no fire? Just two guys hanging out in the wilderness?
Well, as far as Wendigo knows, Farid isn't the kind to like conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Wendigo isn't feeling it either.
Okay,
Because he
so
feels he like made things difficult for everyone.
so what happens is you are both in the dark inside a burrow. Both of your eyes, you can see in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Sobesh's eyes have also adjusted, but it's still like just outlines. If sorry, not Sobesh, Farid. If Farid didn't know you were there, you would be very scary.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just an eerie silence in the burrow. It's dark. It is silent. Every so often you would hear the shifting weight of each other moving. You know for a fact that Farid has done a good job over and over again when it comes to making the burrow, so you know that it won't collapse. But you often question why. What is the mechanics of it? Thinking back, make me another intelligence check. Since you have so much time, might as well.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for the thing. Okay, wow. Okay, sure. 2. Your stomach growls, pulling you out of the reverie of thought when it comes to the mechanical world of burrow building and igloo making. This is not important to you right now. You have rations. You smell the air, and you gather that Farid has taken out his ration and started chewing on it, prompting you to probably do the same. I will get back to you later.
Wendigo will devour a ration.
Wendigo will devour Farid. No. Okay, back at the camp, the food is finally ready. You see the food being doled out. Is anybody helping dole out the food?
Sure.
Okay. Gunlaug, you dole out the food. Eventually, Valerius, you're ushered back into the donut because first of all, it is food time. Second of all, it's getting too dark.
How much
And
have I managed to
unsafe.
fix during this
Um,
period?
Make a D100 roll.
Okay. I'm sorry, my roll 20 is a bit lagging, so
100 things.
Oh fuck.
No.
I have not done much.
Okay,
Oh.
so I will tell you what happened. While you're outside,
Go
it's
ahead.
not enough time for you to go to every house. It's you sitting there understanding how the door functions and how you're going to attach a deadbolt onto the door safely without splintering the wood.
Yep.
Usually you'll be fine, but you're wearing gloves. It is cold.
Mm.
So it's just a little bit more difficult. And it doesn't help that um all the
There's odd
stories that you
feelings.
heard, I don't think you're the type to like have trouble having an audience.
Okay.
Are you? Are you?
No. Definitely not, considering my parents just sit over my shoulder like, okay, what's he doing wrong this time?
You never know. Performance
Yeah,
anxiety is
exactly.
a real thing.
I'm
Um,
very much aware.
it's just that you're too much in your head thinking, I have all these materials.
What can
I
I do?
want to do the best with the least. And that occupies your time.
Okay. I'll do more in the morning.
Eventually you make a very good deadbolt for Minim's house.
Hmm.
And then you go back in, you see the food being doled out, you see all the kids ready. You you see that Morgana has acquired a following of small children and dogs.
Okay,
With
interesting.
Sobash happily also enjoying some of the popularity.
Oh, by the way, before I go in, I'm gonna apologize to Elena for making her stand outside in the cold with me.
Ilana, yes, that's her name. Oh no, it's fine, it's fine. Here's the thing. Even if you lot didn't arrive here today, we tend to stay outside anyway for safety reasons.
Listeners and all, but still, you could probably stayed inside a bit longer if I hadn't insisted to go out and fix something.
She shakes her head. It's fine. Here, come on. It's dinner time usually. Um, by the way, we're leaving in about a day, so you're welcome to follow us to the barracks.
Listeners and not. Yeah, I'll tell my party about it and have them make preparations.
Both of you go in. Um, you can choose to acquire a bowl, or you can use your own silverware. But they're doling out. It smells really good for what little they have.
Valerius is not going to touch any of the food on principle that they probably don't have much to go around, so he's just going to eat his own rations and not impose on the other people here.
Okay. You see everybody just inhale all the food. Like
Herbie inhale.
it's like disappear. Oh, kanyang. The humidity increases for a while as the pot of stew is doled out. Um, you also see the Miloshes finally sit down next to all of you. I'm assuming all of you are sitting together. The old
Yeah,
man,
makes sense.
older man goes to you and quietly under his breath go, uh, my son said that you want to speak with us?
Uh, it seemed like he, for one thing, isn't particularly happy here and might be wanting to leave.
He nods and then he has his wife, the 16-year-old boy and the little girl, sit sort of in like a arc around you, around the lot of you, so you're making like
Also,
one big circle.
he also seem to not really want to leave without family.
It's a little bit more difficult than that. I think I can say with certainty that all of us, if we leave, we leave the people here. It's a community that we love. We know we've been here for our entire lives. And then he looks at the two children. They've been here their entire lives.
I understand that. And can I, if I look around, does it look like a lot of people are eavesdropping?
No, they are very much enjoying their food.
Okay.
But if you insist, you can roll me a perception check, I guess.
Sure, let's do that just in case.
20.
22.
Just covering your bases, you look around. Occasionally you see the soldiers look in your direction, but only to make sure that you're not doing anything funny. They are also not eating the stew. Some of them anyway. Some of them are eating the stew, but they have also given in return some of their rations. It's sort of like a trade.
Yeah.
Sobesh is at the corner happily just eating.
Yeah.
But
You
as you
see-
can tell, aside from the kids looking to your direction out of curiosity, nobody's listening.
That's good. You see, we met someone that knows and cares about you guys, and was asking us if we could, well, take you guys out to meet him.
Immediately the two adults turn to you with like a quizzical look. Who?
You're out.
They look at each other. Make me an insight check.
Mm.
13.
Eek. Eek.
I won't say that you recognize the look that they give each other. It seems like something husband and wife code for something, but it might be surprise. And then they look at you. You're out.
He was very concerned that you guys were not okay, that you couldn't get away, that you weren't in a position to leave if you'd want to.
You see Craig clench his jaw. You're unsure as to what this means.
They're probably angry that he left.
Do you say this out loud?
I'll ask. I'll ask.
Okay. It's funny. Iral didn't just leave us. He took everything we had. You know what they say
Sorry to hear
about blood
that.
being thicker than water? Apparently whatever he found is better. I'm not saying that this is a one and done case. Many young people tend to do that. There's a lot of stealing within the community. I understand. Some of them want to leave. I'm surprised he's alive.
Look, I don't know him particularly well. We're looking to do some work with him in the future, but what I do know is that that's a man that is not happy with what he found after leaving here, that's for sure. He's concerned about you guys and your safety. And I think he's been through hell, and I think he just misses everyone and wants something better for both himself and you guys.
You turn
Do with that what
around.
you want.
You speak to Craig, but at the corner of your eye, you turn to Helena, and you see little dots of tears build up on her eye. And before anything could drip, she wipes her eyes and continues eating. Teg
He
and
might have the
Lena.
option of going somewhere nicer now, but he hasn't had it easy. And he might be able to do things better. And he asked us if we could get you guys. That's actually why we're here. If you would like to, we have the equipment and we have the rations to take you out of here. And if you guys are skilled carpenters, we can probably make sure that you get work and roof over your head wherever you go.
You see Craig start to say something, but Helena's hand goes onto his hand and clutches it. And he seems to soften. I'm not against this. And then he looks at his two kids who are excitedly looking in your direction, as if waiting for you to sort of explain how you're going to leave. And then he goes, I'm sure my son has said something about us not having much. What do we need? Well,
Take with you what you want to take with you. We have clothes and we have rations. We can get you and transport you. And I believe Aral might have some stuff. I have contacts. If you guys are willing to work, it should be fine setting you up somewhere in the city. Not in the nicest part of the city, but somewhere with relative safety and job security for sure if you're carpenters.
he
You're
nods.
probably working mostly for favors rather than cash, because that's the nature of the poor areas.
You see Craig turn to Helena, and she nods. I am actually the carpenter. I'm teaching my son. Craig used to be
Lovely.
one of the miners, but since they closed down,
Hmm.
I've been making odds and ends, doors, windows.
You're willing to work. That's the important thing.
I think everybody here has some kind of work ethic.
Yeah.
It's the least we can do. It's a community week. We don't really want to leave, but if it's for our
Not
children,
much here.
she scoops up the child, the girl child, and puts her on her on her legs.
How small
Don't
is
get
the
me
girl
wrong.
child that she can just be scooped?
I
She
thought she was
looks-
16.
No, no. The boy is 16. The girl is.
You said
She
11
looks very
earlier, I think.
small for an 11-year-old. Like, you know for a fact that what they're eating here is not conducive to big,
Because
strong children.
Yeah.
So
malnourished. Small child.
malnourishment is a thing. She's very, very small for her age.
Look, city life is not easy either, and it's got its own set of challenges. So be sure that that's what you want. But there's an opportunity here. And there's more opportunities where there's more people.
We'll take opportunity. There's nothing here. There's only death. I don't know how long we're going to take. How long they're going to take to get approval. I actually don't know what else is going on here. They keep saying this is an historical site. This is an historical site, but honestly,
Will you be allowed to leave? That's our biggest concern. We were not sure, and Iral did not seem to think that you were allowed to leave.
At this mention of this, right, Valerius like speaks up, like the guards, at least the one that I talked to, were not against holding them here. They seem pretty okay with letting them go on their own.
That's what they told you.
the
That's what they
guards.
told me. Yeah.
Hearing this from Valerius, Craig and Helena nod. What are they going to do? Stop us from leaving? With what?
Force? Oh,
Have weapons.
Why would they do that? They're here to help.
Okay, that's good then.
Seems to me like they're here keeping you just alive and just desperate enough to accept whatever help comes your way.
Craig looks at you. None of those is untrue. We're barely alive. If anything, the situation is stopping us from leaving.
Look,
You
I
know-
don't think that's any individual guard's decision, obviously. So hopefully they'll be fine.
I'm.
Um,
This is above my pay grade or care, to be honest.
in that case, the story is that we're taking some carpenter with us. We got work.
Make me an insight check on Craig and Helena.
14.
It's good enough. You don't hear conviction in their voices. You
When they
still
say what?
hear, you feel a lot of hesitancy when they talk about leaving. You also, every time they talk about leaving, they look at the people around them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can tell there's a lot of guilt.
Yeah.
The
If I
little
had
girl.
the power, I would take everyone, but don't have that kind of power.
The little girl goes, Mommy, are we leaving? And then you see Helena just give her a kiss on the forehead and go, maybe. The boy is very excited. Like, he's not even hiding it at this point.
I'll give him like a little bit of like a looking like, calm down.
I'm gonna make a roll to see if he can.
Important that don't say to anyone else.
He can. He's like, he
Hey.
sees you and he's like, yes, I will calm down.
Yeah, not. Good job.
Yes, good job, me. Still, the issue is the two parents. Helena speaks up. I feel like we're taking away the opportunities of some of these younger people. Maybe you could take them.
Unfortunate. That's not what to do.
Really our task here, but also, would you not want to go with your kids? Ensure their safety? Someone to actually look after them and raise them?
I think Tig has been raised very well.
I'd say so. Still.
Mina here. You'll be okay without me, right? That the little girl looks at the mom like offended. Like, no. Mommy, what are you talking about? We're together forever.
Such a sweet child.
You see the mom just really hug her daughter. Tig, on the other hand, super stoic face. Like, yeah, calm your tits. Yeah, we're leaving. They stay silent for a good long while, eating their food, just considering their next move. You
I
still see.
encourage you to come with us, but it's ultimately your decision. But we aren't really taking anyone else.
You hear Tig
It's-
speak up.
We're here for you.
Dad, we have to. We have to. There's nothing here. I'm bored, Dad. Mom's been
I'm
teaching
bored.
me carpentry. Come on, there's so much out there. Mom. And at this point, you just look at the parents and they seem conflicted. Both of them stand up quietly with empty bowls. It feels like a scene from Les Miserables. And they look at you, thankful, and they go, "We'll tell you our decision tomorrow morning. I think I need to sleep on it. If anything, waylay our guilt. We're leaving our entire community. I know it will be a better life. It will be." You see her hand just grip her daughter's hand, and you see the dad sort of put his arm around his wife's shoulder reassuringly, but he still looks around to the elders of this place, to the other faces who are still eating their food, to the children that are playing with the dogs, practically worshipping Morgana at this point. I we'll we'll let you know in the morning. And then they walk away.
I trust they'll come to a decision.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, I gesture to who's eating a bowl of soup by herself. That gnome over there has herpes, but her problem is some medicinal, let's say.
Oh. Well, I can fix the herpes, easy peasy.
Extreme confidence issues.
Ah, need a little boost.
I shrug. I'm not exactly a person.
I mean, I don't know if I'm the best person for that either, but I could do what I can.
Yes, at the very least, you could probably purge her disease.
Yeah.
I don't have
Does anyone
the
else seem to
drugs
have it?
required to. She's the only one that's showing any symptoms. Everyone else looks relatively healthy. Not that I've
I
been
wonder where she got it from. Think she's sweet on some of the guards.
shakes head. Unlikely.
Okay. Yeah, I can fix that. I was gonna see if I could do anything about Born's cataracts as well. I haven't tried that before, but
If you can cure the cataracts, that'll be more amazing than modern surgery.
I know, right? Be hilarious.
Magic.
To be fair, this is magic.
Yeah.
thank you, God, for fixing the cataracts on Sam's mom. Sorry.
After fixing the cataract. Like, so do you want to join my cult?
It's the cult of Gunlaug.
I
It's actually a
perform
gang.
miracles.
Mm-hmm.
I
Usually are
perform miracles
prostitutes.
in the name of order.
Yes.
You want fries with that?
Reorder his eyes.
Alright,
Can cure
in that case,
cancer with a level
we'll
2
just
spell, but you can't make coffee without level 5.
That's funny. Okay. Um, is anybody doing anything else before you retire for the night?
No, I'm good.
Gunlock
How
just
many
checking around if there
flares
is
did
how
I
many people
make?
might need seeing to in the morning.
Okay. Ben, what did you say?
How many flares did I?
You're cutting in and out.
Hello?
Hello?
How many flares?
How many flares did I make?
Make me a D6 roll.
A
Flare
D6
roll.
roll.
Or flare.
4.
You make 5 flares. Are they of
Dang.
any particular color?
Okay. If I had 5, I would make two red, 2 green, and 1 white.
Okay, write that down in your notes. That is what you
Yay.
have. I'm assuming everybody beds down in and around the camp. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. By camp, you mean house, right?
Well, I'm gonna say it's the
Can we like
courtyard.
roll it in the donut, but like
Yeah,
obviously not in the room?
you're in the courtyard in the donut next to the fire, so it's extra warm where you are. It would be slightly cooler inside one of the houses, but it's just extra warm. You would need your jacket, but you won't need your extra stuff.
I'm 100% gonna snuggle with the doggos.
Yes, you're gonna have to fight with Sobesh.
There are
That's
many
fine.
doggos,
I'm
sure
used to
they're
sleeping
enough.
in dog pile, and I like having dog pile to sleep with.
Okay. For the shits and giggles,
There are
I
9
want
doggos. I'm
you
sure there's
to
enough to go around.
make a dexterity check. No, dexterity saving throw.
Oh, cool.
Make
To
2 of them.
avoid awkwardly waking up in front of his face.
Steven.
Make another one.
So Bish gonna push me out of the dog pile. 12.
12 is good enough. What you realize after an hour of sleeping on one corner of the dog pile, in the midst of woofer and subwoofer, suddenly a foot flies towards your chin. It's not hard enough for you to like lose a hit point, but
But like, oh,
it's oof enough to more trigger your memory of that time when you were sleeping in a dog pile with your gang, and your best mate, your second in command, elbowed you. Like it's literally kung fu fighting, but it's sleep. And then after sort of sleepy angrily moving to the other side of the dog pit,
he came back for a second.
at around 6 o'clock in the morning, as you wake up, you find how does Good Luck sleep? Like, what is her sleeping position?
I think because she's so used to the dog pile, it like she switches positions throughout the night. When people start moving around and shit, so does she. So like sometimes on her back, sometimes on her side, sometimes on her stomach, depending.
Okay. At this point, you wake up with a hand under your head, and as you turn around, you see Sobesh sort of snuggled in your armpit, and then immediately you move aside like it's on fire to roll. Like you literally do a barrel roll away.
Funny. Do you roll away? Yes. Just push
He
away, roll away. Fuck's sake.
he gets pushed, but he does not wake up at all.
Yeah.
The morning comes. You feel confident enough not to have watches unless any of you do. No, no watches.
Nah,
I don't think any of us
so.
have
We're
watches.
comfy
Valerius,
in the we're
yeah.
comfy in the house. We're not
Okay.
gonna look out for ambush. We're fine.
Okay, it's very safe.
Is Valerius communicating anything to Wendy and Farid
I mean,
outside?
Good
he
question.
Totally should.
does.
Okay.
He does it. He does it like when no one's around, very hush whispers.
Okay. What does he say? What does and what time does Wendy go get a message in Valerius's voice but through Floaty's body in the dark?
Probably after they have settled down for the night and everyone's about to go to sleep. Valerius just like whispers into the mini microphone. And it's like, people are sorry, targets are thinking about whether to follow us or not. Guards are not keeping them here.
I
We'll
imagine you
update
also like
tomorrow
give him an
morning.
update during the day while you're alone, right? Be like, okay, so we're
I don't
fine.
Yeah, we're okay. We made it in. They trust us. I think I know anyway.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
during the period of time when Valerius was left alone to its devices, when he just destroying, not destroying, repairing everything inside the donut.
Wendigo,
The
do you
opposite of
relay
destroy.
anything?
Hmm. So what can you repeat the message? Targets are thinking about whether to follow or not. What comes after that?
The first message was that we've made it in. The guards here don't suspect us. The second message was that the targets are deciding whether to come with us or not. They're not being forced to stay here.
Oh.
I think that was all the important bits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Will take up rear guard when you leave.
Give affirmative.
Eventually, all of you wake up. The sun is shining. Wendigo, you know it's time to wake up because there's sun peeking through the hole of the burrow that you've made.
The
Back
igloo.
back at the donut. All of you who are rising wake up to see the faces of Helena. She seems somber, and as she attempts to speak up, we're gonna stop for today because it's
Yeah.
11:41.
God damn it.
Forever cliffhanger. No, this is annoying.
It's
Um,
episodic.
it's episodic.
I mean,
Wait, thank you so much for listening, whoever you are. Please be good, be safe. We'll see you next week.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Hey.